radio. It's beginning to give me feedback.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Secondly, I want to thank the Manchester United fans for giving us traction. It's one of the biggest of Barcelona this year.
Okay.
And I heard Raymond complain talking about bringing him back. You people shouldn't try that thing, or we'll send you people somewhere. Don't try.
No, you see, relax. There was a poll. I think it was on Goal on Sky. So he was only when he was doing the review, then he mentioned that there's a story here which is a poll asking that question. So it wasn't from him per se.
Okay. Okay. Don't say don't try and come back for our boy. He's our boy now.
Okay.
People should leave him alone.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. 054 257 1061 054 257 1061. I don't know what's on your mind today. It's an open field, so you just call and say what's on your mind. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Oh, my name is Samuel and I'm calling from Confederations.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay. Of course, I'm a Chelsea fan. You understand?
Yes.
And then this weekend we are playing against Manchester United.
Okay.
Although I don't give myself that hope that we are going to win against Manchester United, because we know Manchester United, they can open their legs for Man City and then those teams to score them. But when they are playing against Chelsea, they play a different football. So for me, although when we win, fine, but to be honest, in my heart, I don't think Chelsea can. And then I was also disappointed with the Champions League results.
Okay.
See, yes, but we are looking forward to beat Benfica. And then so far we have about 5 matches left. So let's see what God will do.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your call. 054 257 1061 054 257 1061. It's an open check this morning. This week we haven't really opened the lines, right? So it's an open check this morning. Give me a call, right? Give me a call. You can equally send me a WhatsApp message on the same number, 054 257 1061. I want the callers to have their take before we get into the discussions. We'll do some athletics, talk some football, possibly do some rugby a little later. Let me take this caller. Hello?
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is John calling from Kaswa.
All right, please go ahead, John.
Well, my team Chelsea lost against Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is coming at us. I want Chelsea fans to relax and get to know that there's a local balance that says they do any sound of super crack. Since we are the world champions, definitely people will come at us. So they should relax. People expect more from us. Even they expect us to do the undoable. So the fans should calm down. For me, I'm not surprised the way people are coming at us. Our Mesut broke down against Bayern Munich. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez didn't find their day. And that really caused us. And let me say this, and Chelsea fans should calm down. Against Manchester United, I don't think we can win against Manchester United. Well, yeah. Nathan, relax. I don't think
against this Manchester United. Yes. The one we've seen in the last how many months?
Nathan, I'm a core Chelsea fan, but I don't support blindly.
And you don't think Chelsea can beat Manchester United? Manchester United.
The best for Chelsea.
Come on.
The best for Chelsea will be a draw. I am telling you, Nathan. We are here.
This Manchester United.
Yes, I'm telling you. They will come with different motives.
Oh.
Yes, I'm telling you. Nathan, you know, we are never expected to go to the ball. You see, when you are getting beaten, you like your next game. You try your possible best to,
Man United have been saying that for months. They can't win 2 straight games. Every time they lose one, they probably lose a second one.
But for me, my instinct tells me that Chelsea will not win against Manchester United.
Well,
Our bet will be wrong.
Okay, well,
But people, and so Chelsea fans should limit their expectations. That's all I can say. They should relax. Things will pick up. Most of our boys that played against Manchester United, this Bayern Munich, this is their first time playing in the Champions League. So they were a bit naive. They will pick up. You should just relax. Everything is going to be fine. And I like the way people are aiming all guns at us. No problem. Justice Nyakwe, Raymond, and Co. For them, do you know what they find solace in?
What's that?
They find solace in that their Manchester United coach is handsome. That's all.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then I mean, as Chelsea fans, you shouldn't be concerned about this weekend's game. I say Chelsea walk into Old Trafford, smash United 3-0 and go away.
Listen, I am not scared. I'm a Panther. Listen to me. I'm a Panther, but I'm not going to go for Chelsea. I'm not going to go for Chelsea. I'll go win or draw for Manchester United. I am telling you, just because I don't want to lose my money. I'm telling you this.
Hold on. And you think that betting on Man United this weekend is a way of getting your money? Yeah. Hey,
I am telling you.
Wow, you have extreme faith.
May God give us all life for that for that game. I am telling you this. I am a core Chelsea fan. If Chelsea loses, it hits me so hard. But I am telling you this.
Yes, that's why I think. That's why I think you should be confident ahead of Saturday, because I don't know how.
Listen, you people, you guys have taught us something. You sports journalists have taught us something.
Yes.
You have to analyze the game dispassionately. You don't have to say because you support. You don't have to say because you don't have to say because you support the team. Even if your instinct tells you that this is what the weekends are going to go, you have to debunk it. No.
I get you, John. I totally agree with you. The point I am making is that, John, when you look at this Manchester United team in this shape under Ruben Amorim, this team doesn't understand what it is they want to do. Are you telling me that this team that does not look like it has itself together will suddenly transform and play a performance against Chelsea? I find that hard to believe.
You are talking as if it is not football. That round thing on the pitch can tell against anybody at any time. That round thing on the pitch.
Anyway.
That round thing on the pitch can tell against a team at any time.
Okay.
That's how for me. That's how I support. I have my team I support, all right. But that round thing on the field, I know the way it works. All of us have played football before, one way or the other. Let me tell you the reason why Ghanaians love their football too much. It's so much. Even a woman selling tomatoes at the market, if you give her the ball, she can kick it in a way that you might think she's a footballer.
Okay.
Well, one way or the other, all of us we have kicked football before, so we know the way it works.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That ground thing on the pitch can turn against you at any time.
Well, okay.
So for me, I'm saying this, that I have limited my expectation. If it goes for us, fine. But I'm putting all my hope in Chelsea against Manchester United. We win our subsequent matches, but against Manchester United, my instincts doesn't tell me that we are going to win.
Okay.
I'm telling you this. You mark my name, and this is just.
No problem. Monday, God willing, we'll be here. John, thank you so much for the call. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello, man.
Yeah.
Everything cool?
Yes, everything cool.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
It's good to see this United team. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, now, Charlie, I've taken your advice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I'm cool. I'm okay, Charlie.
Have you seen how life is good when you just relax and just take it easy?
See, this life is easy when you know how to live it. Hey, Anita, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you, Anita. See, I'm going to get some green bottles. Green bottles.
I don't get what green bottles.
Green bottle. This is Friday.
Is this Sprite?
Why
Is
is it Friday? That's green bottle.
I mean, the green bottle I know is Sprite.
Oh, these are the big one.
The big, so the big Sprite.
You. You are already over there.
Raymond is here sitting quietly, thinking about it.
There's another green bottle. It's not Sprite.
Raymond, they said there's another green bottle. This
one is 1931.
1931. Okay.
Yeah, you see that one?
Yeah. Yes, I see that one.
Yeah. Before the match, I would take like 4.
Are you sure you'll be able to understand what
I see something.
No, I'm asking. You said you're going to take like 4, and I'm asking if you'll be able to see what is happening on the pitch, or you really don't care.
Oh, I don't care. Like I don't care. Later. I'll give you up later.
Okay, all right.
I can't come kill myself. People that are even being paid, they don't even care how much money I'm in Ghana here. I think I'm stress myself. Hey,
all right.
If this good police is still a coach, me actually, this police who don't want to learn. He doesn't want to learn. See, look at Benfica. Just one result, and the coach is gone. Wait, this United, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know their problem. Someone has won 8 matches out of 31. This is relegation point 2. This is a relegation battling coach, but he's still there. I don't know what they are waiting for before they start this match. I don't know whether if they want him to take Manchester United to relegation before they realize where the team is going. I don't know the ambition of this club later. So Charlie, let me take my 4 bottles and sit down and watch whatever they play.
Okay, all right.
I don't care.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Later.
Thank you.
Raymond, Charlie.
Yes, sir.
No way. I don't want to look away.
Over problem.
Have a good morning.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me take more calls. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. It's an open morning, right? We'll end the calls in about 10 or so minutes. So give me a call. Anything that's on your mind this morning, you call and let us know. We'll do some Ghana Premier League, CAF Champions League, Confed Cup, Champions League, athletics, and rugby between now and the end of the show. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Emmanuel calling from East Legon.
All right, Emmanuel, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a prediction about a game against Manchester United. I was listening to what Mr. John was saying.
Yeah.
That Chelsea cannot be able to play Manchester United. He's saying that Man U will win the trail over Chelsea.
No, he said he was a little skeptical. He was a little he wasn't sure what was going to happen. But yeah, you give your prediction.
Either Chelsea will win Manchester United or draw.
Okay, all right.
That's my prediction.
All right, thank you. Let me take more calls. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
My name is Tema. I'm calling from
Okay, all right. Please go ahead.
I just want to make a question about my United and Chelsea.
All right, no problem.
Sporty FM.
Chelsea win over 1.5.
Okay, all right.
This week I say Chelsea will not win Man United. By this time, you cannot say them even on the field of play or on the field of play. Or even on paper, Chelsea will win Man United everywhere.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, I'm here.
My prediction is 2-0 for Chelsea.
All right. No problem. We'll see. The game is tomorrow, so all the best with the predictions.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Let me take a few more calls. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, how you doing?
I'm fine.
My greetings to Raymond as well.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Please go ahead.
Yesterday, personally, they want to listen to him, so I knew he was going to pass chances. But he still found a way to my social, so I just had to watch. So that's I just want to ask, so far, what's your take on Hoho United?
Hoho United. I saw them play against Hearts of Oak on opening night.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very solid performance. I thought they had to preserve themselves, so defending was good. When they had to break, they broke quite well. It will take time for it to come together ultimately, but it was a decent start.
Yeah, it was a very decent start, and I know on Sunday at Hoho grounds we are going to make good work of Young Apostles. At least we'll win our home games, and
I'm told that the game is on Saturday rather.
Saturday,
yes.
Okay, yeah. So tomorrow at Hoho United is going to be light work for us, and I wish them all the best. When it comes to Chelsea fans being skeptical, it's understandable. But the context over here is this is our first European match after 2 or 3 seasons out. So it was very obvious the stage fright got to the boys. But if they should go and lose at Manchester United, even a draw at Old Trafford is a loss. If they really want to appease the fans, then they should make light work of United. And I know United are going to be all, let me put it, active and everything because the big boys are coming to town to try to make a statement. But if Maresca doesn't overthink, we'll surely make light work of United.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your call. All right, 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. I just find it a little interesting how some Chelsea fans are a little scared of this game at Old Trafford. Really? Anyway, let me take this caller. Hello.
Yo, not my guy.
Yes. Good morning. What's the name of where you're calling from?
Bro, good morning,
yes.
Bro.
Yes.
I'm Barry from Paddington.
All right. Please go ahead.
Shout out to Raymond and Kevin over there.
Yes. They are all here.
Charlie. Yesterday, we watched good football yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my team is performing City. They all give me the hope I want, so I'm so happy yesterday. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And how our players play, especially Juan Garcia, Rashford, I'm happy with that. They do. That's what I expect from them, so they deliver.
Okay.
And Doku and Haaland, they put their best performance in it. So they're happy with that. Yeah, they do. Thank you, bro. So, this Chelsea game, the Man United game,
mm-hmm.
I see Man United win, Man United will never lose this match. Because they can't continue losing like that. So, I see Man United winning this match like Raymond said. Mm-hmm. Because there is no way Chelsea will beat Man United. There is no way. Even Man United is not performing well, we all know, but there is no way they are going to allow themselves to this in Chelsea will be there. It's not happening. Thank you, bro.
All right, thank you. I find this very interesting. Let me take a few more calls. Hello, I don't know if you have a call on the line yet. All right, 054-257-1061. We'll take 2 more calls and then we proceed with the show. So on our menu, we'll talk Ghana Premier League. We'll talk about the 2 clubs involved in Continental action, Asante Kotoko and Bibiani Gold Stars. And then we talk some Champions League. It's been a very interesting 3 days of Champions League action. Last night, Barcelona and Man City were there. And we'll talk about that as well. Then we do some World Athletics Championship. It's heating up. Ghana will soon be on the tracks to do relays. We'll preview that. And then we'll talk some Rugby League at the top of the show. All right, you can give us a call, 054-257-1061. You can equally send us a WhatsApp message. You can equally send us a WhatsApp message. I'd love to read your comments, read your thoughts that are coming in on WhatsApp. You can give us a call, 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. Let me take this caller and then we'll get to some messages. Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
Michael from Abiekuma.
Michael, thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine too.
Wonderful.
My first question goes to Raymond then.
Yes, Raymond is here.
I don't know the F1 they go on in Azerbaijan.
Ray, this weekend is Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
The race is Sunday.
Sunday, yes. Michael.
Okay, so I don't want to ask something. This question, they do my mind since. Like imagine say with the good race, we landing always Oscar to actually the lead. They say at a point in time the car will go enter some room, then they change the tires. And like I don't know what they do. Like maybe the engineers will come there carrying, but then they will change something for the car inside. So does it mean that when Norris is leading and it goes to that room, like automatically Oscar Piastri like takes the lead again, or how does that this thing comes about? Because I don't understand.
Interesting question. Ray, would you want to explain?
So
I come you after that. No, I make I do my submission after that.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
So me, I don't want to talk about last time now. Raymond, they talk about something. Mr. Japan, Continental Japan said.
Yes.
About the clubs being community based.
Yes.
And Raymond disagreed with the man. Yeah. But then I was trying to say that Raymond, he shouldn't just disagree with the man totally, because it's good. What the man said was good, and you need good. What Raymond said is good. What the man said is good.
Okay.
But then they have to match good.
Yeah.
So that the class will be very, like, they will be good, because if you look at Barcelona, if you look at Bayern Munich, they are all community-based things, or they are town-based things. But then they've added enough investment so that the club will be big.
Yeah.
So my class already said one thing, that those traditional clubs sometimes they lack, or they don't accept foreign investors into their club.
Yeah. So
they need to adapt this system so that they can enlarge their cost. Because when you go to Spain like this, when you get to Athletic Bilbao, Sociedad, Rayo Vallecano, you see that the teams over there, they are community-based and they understand the team very well. So a young guy, about 3 years, 2 years, all he needs is Athletic Club Bilbao. All he needs is Sociedad.
Yeah.
You don't need in Barcelona. But you can take your Barcelona, because Barcelona is big than Bilbao. But then the younger has been showing that you really support Bilbao. So when you go to Bilbao, when you go to the summer mess, you can see the Fuga, you can see the fans over there, as if they are going to play the championship final, because the team is based in the town.
Yeah.
So you can merge the two. It seems like maybe Bloku Masna. We can accept foreign investors, and when the investor comes, you shouldn't take the team away from the community, because the team is for the community.
Okay.
And so you shouldn't take away the team, because I'm a single owner, so I'm going to take the team away from the community.
Yeah.
And he should just do his investment, but then he should include the community so that the team will be bigger. That's what I wanted to see.
Okay.
And for the World Athletics Championship, I don't think Tobago is going to win the 200 meters.
Okay.
Because yesterday, when you check the minutes you announced, they did 19.25. And you can see that Kenny Bednaret is going to give.
Is that what Tobago's time was? It wasn't 19.
No, it was Noalas.
Noah now did 19.51, I think.
51, yes.
19.51, yes.
19.51.
Yes.
I forgot the time, but it's around 19.2 to 19.5, around that area.
Yeah, it was 19.51. That was the time.
51.
Yes.
Okay.
19.5.
Okay. Yeah.
It was the
And then
fastest.
when you check the heat Tobago did, and it was star power. And even in this race camp, I don't think the energy level of Tobago is, because I heard he has some issues. So that's going to affect him in the finals very, very well. And look at how Kede Bendarek and Uganda, that's Dominican Republic. I don't know whether it's from Dominican Republic. You see, he's very racing, very, very, very well. So I don't think Tobago, this World Athletics Champion is going to take the gold. Maybe it's going to be Kenny Bednarik or the others. Thank you very much.
But Nathan, do people understand that during the heat, some of the top athletes don't worry themselves; they conserve energy.
But
remember the South African who ran the 100 meters heat? When they got to the final, he saw his real level.
Of course, you have to conserve energy.
Exactly. He couldn't match up with that sort of pace and delivery he gave in the heat.
On that score, I feel a little concerned for Noah Lyles. I feel he probably may have slightly overexerted. Maybe
he's eager to deliver.
That's the thing.
Because of how the 100 meters went. After all the talk, he was silent, so he wants to get back.
All right, we'll get into World Athletics chit-chat a little later. All right, let's take one more call, and then we'll start the discussions. We have a lot of things to do. I'll be telling you about Sporty FM's menu this weekend. It's a very, very interesting menu that Sporty FM has loaded for you, right? It's a very interesting menu. Let me take this call out. Hello.
Good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
Lately, it's been too tight for me getting in.
Yes, but other people are also calling.
I know. Anyway, this morning, good morning to Mr. Banton.
Yeah.
Now, I think I'll congratulate Miss Amoinima. The only girl standing, yes, representing Ghana. I think yesterday she qualified for the finals of the high jump. Am I right?
Yes, she qualified for the finals.
Good, yes, and that's a very kudos to her. Now let me bring some little violence this morning. 3 days today on Wednesday night, I tried getting into the European sports in the evening after the commentary, after the Chelsea match.
Okay.
Your blue people were making so much noise. See, if not because of something, how can you lose to Bayern Munich as a Chelsea and you'll be making so much noise? It's not because of something. If I say something, you should understand. Because Bayern Munich is up there with Real Madrid and co. You understand? Since these people won the revised World Club Championship, look at the way these people are making noise. And you lost to Bayern Munich at home. Bayern Munich at Allianz Arena. And you are making noise, thinking it is some small team that beats you. Why? Is it because most of them are 2004 coming Chelsea fans? They don't know the history about Bayern Munich. See, they will lose to United, and that is when they will smell pepper for real. They will lose to United, and that is when they will smell the real pepper. Because look at this disjointed United team. It will surprise you that United will discipline them, and they will smell pepper. Why? You lost to Bayern Munich. This is a Champions League game, and if you take 3 best teams out of Champions League, you take Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Bayern Munich. You lost to them, and you are making noise. This Sunday to Asante Kotoko, we can only wish them best. Some of us are the opposite side. Let's just comfort them small and hope that they can progress. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Good morning to you guys.
All right. Thank you for your call. Okay, let me read these 2 messages and then we'll proceed with the show. Kofi from East Legon says, I think that ever since Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II prayed for Jeremy Doku, he has played like prime Neymar. I think all the Man United players have to come to Ghana so he can pray for them too. And then Sports Messiah from Amasaman Fise says, I think Raymond is being too hard on Ruzier. Boy, let me take the final call and then we move on with the show. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. I just came.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, me, I'm too much happy for Rashford.
Okay.
From the beginning, my only worry with Rashford is he's an English person. That is his only problem. If not because Rashford is an English person, by this time, he is somebody in football. Yesterday, he proved everybody, including Manchester United, their fans, wrong. And I'm too much happy for that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Let's move on. All right. We'll put a pause on the calls for now. And then we start off the chit chat. Guys, the Ghana Premier League is back this weekend. Kelvin, match day 2 match day 2 of the Ghana Premier League. But before you come in, though, let me just announce that this weekend, this is what we are doing on Sporty FM. Saturday, we have a very interesting live viewing at the Petra Customer Experience Hub in Jolu from 3 p.m. Okay, it will be. We have a viewing concerning the Man United and Chelsea game. That's at 4:30. So there's that, and then we'll give you live commentary of Asante Kotoko versus Kwara United on Sunday. That's at 2:45 p.m. So from 2:45 p.m. on Sunday, there's live commentary involving Asante Kotoko and Kwara. We'll be there at the stadium to give you play-by-play. And then we'll be in Tema for the Tema Food Festival, where we'll bring you the game involving Arsenal and Manchester City. 3:30 p.m. kickoff. So that's also a very interesting one on Sunday. So we are Tema on Sunday. Ray, we are going to Tema on Sunday.
Tema we did.
Yeah,
that's right.
We are going to Tema.
We're going in there.
On Sunday, right? Yeah. Arsenal v Man City. We are giving you live Premier League, what do you call it? The outdoor experience. Okay, the viewing party. So this weekend, we have 2 very interesting viewing parties. One involving Man United v Chelsea. That's from the Petra Experience Hub at Jolu. It's just in the corner here, not too far from here. And then on Sunday, we are going to the Tema Food Festival to give you Arsenal versus Manchester City, right? Yeah. And then Sunday again. So Sunday we are doing 2 things. One group will be doing the live commentary between Asante Kotoko and Kwara United. Very important game in terms of the CAF Confed Cup. And then the other group will be working on Arsenal v Man City, right? From the Tema Food Festival. So it's a packed weekend. But let's get into Ghana Premier League. Kelvin, you were last weekend. We got before you had to answer Michael's question. Yes, before I take Kelvin's thoughts.
So what he's trying to describe is a pit stop.
Yeah, pit stop. Yes.
So depending on the tie strategy of the team, they'll decide which ties to run on, and depending on the circuit and the weather conditions. So there's a soft tie, there's a hard tie. Then there's the medium. Okay, and there's intermediate. That's the rain tie. So all of those ones are there. So if Piastri is leading, depending on how many laps he's done with that tie, and how many seconds he has ahead of the person behind him, he can decide to pit. Now we know that the average pit time is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. The fastest we've done this year is 1.91 seconds. So if it's open the 4-second gap, he can come out of the pit lane, continue leading the race.
Okay.
If it's a very small gap, he will be expecting that if he comes out to pit and say Norris takes over the race, Norris, he would have the chance to be on fresher tires. If Norris runs out of lap time for his ties, he would pit again, and then he would take the race, the track position back.
Okay,
you understand? So it's all strategy. But there are times where you can have a slow pit stop, and then you now fall third, fourth. Again, if the cars ahead of you haven't pitted, you have the advantage. So that's what you would call the undercut, hoping that you can be able to chase better with fresher tires when they have to go out and go and get new tires on. So it's all about strategy.
It's never random.
It's
not
never
a random thing.
It's all about strategy. Okay. So you can have 1 pit stop, you can have 2 pit stop. The only time everybody goes to do a pit, everybody gets into the pit is when there's a safety car. They take advantage, quickly go and change their tires and maintain their track position. That's the only time that happens. But otherwise, depending on the strategy of the team and the tires they are on, you could always pit. Depending on the seconds advantage you have as race leader, you could always pit. Even when you're at the back, you can decide to quickly pit, get fresher tires, so that in anticipation that others will also pit, and then you gain lap positions. So all of that, So it's just the dynamics of the team. It doesn't necessarily mean, well, it's 50-50. It can backfire, you can gain, you can lose. So that's how it works out.
Interesting answer. Let's get into Ghana Premier League. Kelvin, last weekend you were on the road.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was in Mando.
Oh, okay.
I did the opening game That is
Heart of Oak, yes.
Ho United, and then I did that is Heart of Lions against Dreams FC on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
They won that by a goal.
By a goal to nil. Penalty, yes, penalty converted by that is Ebenezer Aban. Yes, captain for Heart of Lions, very much experienced player, converted the penalty, and then that gave them the victory. But Dreams are an exciting team, very exciting team. You know, they've sold, just like they do almost every season. They got most of their, players out. But they have very new players from, most of them, about 7 of them who started are from the Still Believe. That is their feeder club.
Their feeder club, yes.
And they play so well. You could see Fifi Parker Hansen's work on the team. Wilfred Drummond is the coach, all right, which I think that the basic principles, because he handles the Still Believe team. But it was the handiworks of Fifi Parker Hansen. So I think it's very good work. You may speak about Dreams FC all you can, but I think the model they are practicing, Aminu Shado as the general manager, and everyone involved in the club, they are doing something commendable every season. They still keep themselves active. When they came to Ghana's top flight, they were relegated, but when they got back again, they realized that, come on, we know what to do to get things right. They have 1 or 2, experienced players to get in there, but you look at their quality. Their goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers, Gideon Sesiakon, from the Ghana's under 20 team.
Yeah.
I think he's even gotten better. His frame, he's a very huge frame, and you can understand why Casey is that good. And I think credit should go to the entire Dreams team. And the man who masterminded everything, the GFA president, Keta Simeon. Yesterday he was at Menchia. Yes, at the funeral. Yes, and he gave 50,000 Ghana cedis on behalf of the Football Association, and then also some, we saw him exchange, pleasantries with the king, and had a few words shared into his ears together with Mark Addo, Freddie Achi. We saw them going to greet the king, and Heavy was also there. Yes, Alaji Grusa, Abdul Karim Grusa. Yes, I showed Raymond the video this morning, but. Talking about this, I think there's one thing that we need to know. I don't know if you've heard Metema, they call Kotoko Metema.
Metema, yes.
So on the 3rd day of the funeral, the Dottie Utumfo put on one of his headgears, and it had quills.
Yes.
Sporty FM.
That is what we call mete.
The porcupine quills.
Yes, okay. That is what we call mete. So when you hear Asante Kotoko SC players are called metema, it means that sons of the quills of what?
The porcupine. I understand.
So the porcupine is Kotoko in Asante, but people confuse it with the hedgehog, who is Apese.
Oh, okay.
The hedgehog is Apese. And
the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Yes. Sonic. Yes. So for all the Gen Zs who are listening,
Sonic.
Yes, Sonic
is the hedgehog.
Yes. That is the hedgehog. So people confuse it, but that is so. If you can see, those are the quails there. If you are following us on our stream,
on our socials,
that is so. These are quails.
This is really nice headgear.
They are quails of the porcupine that has been used.
I like it. It's really cool.
Yes. So that is it. There is the reason why Asante Kotoko is called what? Metema.
Because I've heard that expression so many
times. So is mete. So metema. You get it? So metema. So the mete is the king himself. So metenema.
Okay.
The Kotoko. So you are kids or children of the mete. So that is it. And I think it's something great. Yesterday we witnessed some sort of orderliness, control, show of tradition at its apogee. But one significant thing was how quiet and how dead the markets were. And it's something significant. When you talk about history, even across the globe, women play a significant role. So when you come to Asanteman, the pyramid, there is a pyramid that shows the how important people are. The pyramid is currently showing, and as you can see, at the very apex is Asante Hen and what? The Queen Mother. Then there are Henima and Hemfo.
Among Hene.
Yes, they continue. They continue in that order till they get to even strangers. That is Ahoho and Nokofo slaves. That is where you have the Nkwa and Infina. They form an important part of tradition.
I see.
The Asante system. That's why everyone is welcome. So I don't know if you saw a video of some security people sacking one man who was in a car. That guy who led them is not even an Asante.
Oh,
he's a Northerner. He's from the north, but he's the leader of those people who protect the Mensha Palace. Now, this shows that women have always held a very important place in our history. And it is the reason why yesterday all the markets went dead silent, because the women see the Asante Hima as the Jom Hene or Jem Jahini.
Jahima, yes.
You know,
queen of the market.
Queen of the market. For some of us who have, most of our parents and then their siblings sell in the market, you would understand this. Say, Asem to Jahima, when something happens to the queen of the market, nobody goes to sell. Because without her, the market wouldn't have been existent. It's the reason why yesterday everyone shut whatever doors that they were to just get there and get to the funeral. And let's not forget, when we learn history, it tells us that funerals are what? Festivals. So yesterday was celebration of what? Festivals. And we always say that women, we build a nation, or we build a country, a town with what? Women. And it cuts across the globe. My Catholic belief tells me that it is through a woman that Jesus Christ was born.
Yes.
Mary, our mother. That's why she was assumed into heaven. Even when you go to the Western world, ask yourself, women are at the top before every other person comes. Men are what? At the base. It's the reason why when the king dies in Asante, the woman or the queen mother is the one who makes sure that a new
yes. Because I know that in Asante culture, the queen mother is very important in determining who
exactly
becomes Asante.
Yes, and the proliferation of markets in Ashanti, especially in Kumasi, is as a result of that traditional system in Menshia that allows women to do what? Survive. So everything that is done there to make sure that there is survival. It's the reason why yesterday that happened. So, when someone sits and talks about, division and all that, yesterday, I'm sure all of us witnessed something phenomenal. Priests from the Volta, from the North, culture was so beautiful across the globe. We saw the guys, with the way they mourn with their friends. They were present on the third day, and it was just beautiful. Don't let anyone use tribalism to come and disturb your peace. alter the success of this nation that has put us together in unison to achieve the very greatest stuff. Hopefully going forward we will celebrate all other festivals and funerals that will come across the country in such a manner so that our culture will be very, very much vibrant. Well, so Nathan, on that note, when you go to the stadium tomorrow and Ho United fans are singing and you can sing the song, you join them. Those who will go to Takwa today, when you go to Takwa and they are singing, you join them. Those who will be in Summer Boy on Sunday at Accra Sports Stadium when Asante Kotoko is playing, when Gold Stars will play, just make sure you join them. Now, I think, Nathan, back to the Ghana Premier League, and it's something we saw last weekend. I think the number of goals, 11 goals from 9 games. The scoring rate is extremely low. I
told you that the Ghana Premier League, there's a problem with scoring in the Ghana Premier League.
And we spoke to Bashir Hayford and he was very much, vocal. He says that we don't have finishers in our game now. Lots of them are harassers. The strikers will harass you. And it's evident, Hamza Isa, he will harass you, but his finishing is not. Kojo Bin Jr. will play all the game. Even the Liberian they've brought.
Yeah.
Freeman. That guy, Chauncey Freeman.
Yeah.
He can play, he's energetic, but his finishing is poor. Kwame Poku cannot even get 15 goals a season, 20 goals. The top scorer, Faisal Chawete, scored 13 or 12, and then it got to a point. That's was it.
Yeah, the goals dried out.
Frank Duku, last week I saw him. You can see clearly he has that exploit, but there seems to be that thing that Ishmaelado would do in a game, Eric Bequin would do in a game. Let's say Kwame or Ben Dakon, those strikers would do in a game. We don't see that anymore. Even the likes of Chastela Dombote, Manuel Seko, who were not out-and-out strikers, but they added that to the goals.
They knew how to score.
It's something that the coaches need to work on. And Faisal was here talking about it. Coaching education. When does it start? It starts at the basic level to help strikers to build that sort of technique. Back in the days when you are playing in the court, and you meet a coach, a friend picks you up for under 17, he's going to start with you from the basics. And if he thinks that role is not going to help you, he puts you back. Can't you go and play left back? Can't you go and play right back? John Pencil was molded in that way. He was a right winger.
Yes.
A player who could advance.
John Pencil was very expressive. I remember. Very expressive.
There's the reason why when he plays right back for Ghana, it's different from most of the right backs, with the exception of Harrison Afful. Those two are like for like. Harrison and then John Pencil. But after them, or just look at the rest. They are not expressive as they are. And I think our coaches need to work on that. And also our players. I think, the decision making.
That's the thing.
From 60, 70 years, they are striking the ball.
Players are taking shots.
I'm like, how? You expect that to beat a goalkeeper? In the final third of the pitch, cutbacks and all that. I just hope that our coaches will just make them better. But the second round of the league begins today. Mediama against Vision Football Club, and I'm sure Vision this season, Anajaman, had divided attention. But very unfortunately for him, he decided to stay back and help Vision get some points because Ogum is going to play the under 17 championship without him. Nana Jaman is supposed to be his assistant. Now Nana has to take care of Vision Football Club. They don't have Hamza Obeng, who has been an integral part
Hamza
of them for the last 2 years.
He doesn't have the required.
Yes, and Hamza is now with Asante Kotoko. Yes. So now they would have to do it the new way. But I think
so. Who's going to handle Vision this weekend?
So Nana Jaman is saying.
Oh no, okay. Nana didn't go to Cote d'Ivoire. Okay.
So Ogum went with the other assistant. So Nana Jaman, it's here. So Nana will be handling the team. And against Mediama SC, they've started very high. I think when I made my prediction, I don't know whether I left them out or not, but I think they're going to be a strong side. Ibrahim Tanko has been criticized or questioned many times that he doesn't want to pick local class, and he picked Accra Lions. He did his best, he did his bit. Last season he left, the team has been relegated. He's picked up Mediama SC, and I think that their strong finish to last season was, evidence of their capability. Now this season they started very well.
They won at Young Apostles. A trip away from the Ghana Premier League. If you go to Wenchi to go and defeat Young Apostles, who seem to have, gradually picking up their pieces in the Ghana Premier League, tells you it was a very good result. Now he plays his first home game against Vision Football Club. And I think this is a game that is capable of just grabbing maximum results. Mediama are not going to lose this. They have enough quality. And for a team that traveled to outside to Cote d'Ivoire to stay, play, friendly games, preseason games, work it all out, it clearly tells you the intention of winning back the Ghana Premier League because they want to play in Africa. Yeah. When they played in Africa, it brought loads to them, including selling players out. Jonathan Zoa out of nowhere. Yes. They just got him and then they just shipped him. The likes of Kwesi Donsu and the likes, it got to a point now they could just be traded off for some very good money. You look at their team and many will ask questions. Is it a Mediama SC side who can actually give problems to their opponent? And I always say Mediama have won the Ghana Premier League before. They've been consistent. They know how to do it. And a manager who is very much hungry and wants to deliver. The likes of Jacob Mensah in the team. You see how they play, and it's beautiful on the eye. Because if you know Tanko, he built his philosophy from Dortmund, where he played and then he had his coaching, and then worked with Hugo Bruce. Yes, in Cameroon, who also wants to play that kind of game. So I think yes, it's not going to be as easy as many may want to term it. But I think Mediama can have, their second victory and go top of the table even before
any other club gets back to, winning ways. So I expect Ibrahim Tanko, the likes of Felix Che, the goalkeeper who's come very strongly. I think one of the topmost goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, he couldn't get into the Black Stars because Benjamin Asari is top there.
So Asari, Kobe.
Exactly. Very, very strong. I think if they continue their form, if you are building the next Black Galaxies, those three have a strong case to be the top three. Kamara Dini, the right back who's played with the Black Stars, is still there with his experience. There's Kelvin Osei, that player I talked about from under 17, under 20, that I wanted even in this under 20 team, this one's team that he put. He traveled to the under 20 championships in Egypt, but couldn't play a part. He played last season coming off the bench to make impact, but now he's become a mainstay. And Tanko is trusting the youth because he worked with the Accra Lions, so he trusts that, yes, if you are good enough, I expect you to be able to deliver. And then for draw and the likes. So they may not have the marquee names that you talk about on the local scene, but quietly and silently, they are building a very good team. And I don't see how Vision Football Club will stop them from getting maximum points today.
Well, Mediama starts off the match round. They play at home against Vision. Asante Kotoko and Gold Stars are not playing. Coincidentally, they were supposed to face each other in the Ghana Premier League. That game has been postponed because they are playing in the Confed Cup and in the Champions League. We'll talk a bit about that. The other games, 11 Wonders versus Heart of Lions. And Kelvin, we saw Heart of Lions last week. Yeah. It was a tough game, but very tough game. They pulled through, and they have to go on the road now against the new look 11 Wonders. And it will be tough. But look, Heart of Lions, from what we saw of them last season, going on the road is not difficult for them.
It's not a problem.
Last season, they played very well away from home. They got some good points away from home. So let's see. Hohe United, they are at home. Ray's team. Hohe United are at home.
Yeah. But the Heart of Lions team, I don't know if you watch the top four. There was this guy, Echedogli, very excellent midfielder. He's fair, tall. He has this, hair, lots of hair. He's injured, and you look at how he played the top four and his injury. It affected them in the first game because the team wasn't as fluid as you would expect.
They missed him.
Yeah, so Ishmaelado was missing somebody who could actually do the battles and then get the ball to him. Now, one thing that they do so well is defensively. Hennessy. There's one player called Hennessy who plays with Ebenezer Aban. Aban, with his experience, covers up for all the flaws. And then they have one right back, I've forgotten his name, who got 5 goals, who got 2 goals, 5 assists last season. Very, very important player. He plays at right back. He's originally a midfielder. I asked Daniel Nieje why they are playing that guy as a right back. He tells you, when I started at Noche, I started playing there. It gives you that sort of walk into midfield, like what Trent Alexander-Arnold does, like what Reece James does, like what Joshua Kimmich, Philip Lam.
So he's play from fullback into midfield.
So that is the kind of idea, and it's masterminded by Bashir Hayford, because his time at Kotoko, when Harrison Afu pushes up, he joins the midfield, and then the rest of the attack will just move. When he has to overlap, he does it. But most of the time, if you know Harrison properly, he just moves into midfield. Like David Alaba,
from left back into midfield.
When he plays for Austria, at times he plays as even the DM or
even at Austria, he doesn't even play as left back. He plays in midfield.
In midfield. It is recently that they are struggling with central defenders, and then he brought him back into central defense. So they have a very good team, but their problem is finishing. And they have an experienced Paul Ateji, who was with Brecum Chelsea. He's a player who is very smart, very swift. He has very quick feet. And if you saw the penalty that they won, he just decided to just walk into the area of men of Dreams FC because they had given him that space. And for players who are very much witty and they can quickly turn with the ball, it is very much dangerous for you to defend against them. So once he got into the penalty area, Yaro wanted to just, get the ball. But unfortunately, he mistimed it, and then he brought him down for that penalty, which Aban dispatched beautifully. And they have a very good goalkeeper. We mentioned all these goalkeepers, but I think Lawrence Osei, and Bashir Hayford has mentioned that he is one that he knows that going forward, the national team goalkeeping unit will be looking at.
I have to keep an eye on him.
Lawrence Osei. There was a one-on-one with Suraj. Suraj Saidu, former Hearts player. He took his time, just watched him, And when Suraj decided to make the pass, he just dived and then parried the ball away, preventing Dreams from getting the equalizer. And he's been that brilliant. The top four, he was excellent against Asante Kotoko. In that game they played against them, against Hartlepool, very brilliant until they played at penalties where they lost to Hartlepool, and Hartlepool got the better share of the points than them. So I expect them to just build up on the road. The last time they played, when they traveled in the Ghana Premier League, they traveled to Nations Football Club to defeat them by 2-0 in the final day of the season. When they were also looking at getting the trophy. The trophy just, they escaped them after that poor run of results when they lost about 2-3.
Yeah, I remember they lost 2 straight home games.
That affected them. And if you look at them, they are like, if you are going to lose 2 home games, then it means we must be more dominant when we go on the road. So it's going to be a game that I expect them to, make that trip and then get, the best result out of that game. I think Heart of Lions should be able to win that.
Well, Heart of Lions, they are playing at home too. They take on... They are away. Sorry.
At 11 Wonders.
Hoho United at home to Young Apostles. I watched them play against Hearts of Oak on opening night. I like the organization. And I like the fact that they asked several questions of Accra Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak couldn't cut them open. They forced Hearts of Oak wide. Hearts of Oak couldn't get bodies in. And when Hoho went on the break, they looked really coherent. I really liked what I saw when they got on the ball and they decided to play. The challenge now is, now they'll need to figure out how to win games. They take on Young Apostles at home. That should be a game they should win. It's just use the momentum of playing the first game of Division 1, home advantage and all. I hope they get points on the board. I've liked what I've seen from Hoho United. You can tell they know what they are doing. It will require some more experience, in terms of navigating the rest of the season. But I think match day 2, they should get wins on the board. Adriana Stars and Nations FC. This is Nations' first big test of the season. They will have to respond. I don't know how they are going to play against Adriana, but Adriana have not. Last season, Adriana didn't convince, and they didn't win on match day 1. I think. Yeah. So Nations, let's see what Nations can do. Nations,
but back to the Hohoi team. They have very good players.
They do
from who have played in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and then from Division 1. Some players formerly from Accra Great Olympics, like Ato, Adumakun, who got the red card. In their defense, they have players from the old Liberty Professionals team who have played for.
Yeah, that defense was solid.
Yes, very solid.
It was really, really good.
It's all because of the experience that they've had in the Ghana Premier League. If you have someone like Safiano Usman, the captain, he actually put the team together. Very excellent player. Midfielder who decides to surge forward and then make very brilliant advances into the opponent half. And there is William Odro, the winger. If you've watched Hoho United, they play with an expansive, they play expansively. So with that sort of expansion, they build with the wingers. Yes. But against Hartlepool, they were very much limited because they had to be very cautious because of how Hartlepool also attack. Because there was Martin Kakari and then Duku with his pace and Suraj and then Esubontin. So you wouldn't want to commit. So they were very much compact,
of course,
and did not want to, give in a lot. Now you look at their team, and then there is this Kojoboama in that midfield.
Okay.
Also very, very good, very, very good player. Now what they are going to miss is the absence of Solomon Admaku, who got the red card
so he's
on
suspended.
the first day. Now they have Paul Kwame. Paul Kwame is very much experienced. 11 Wonders, Liberty Professionals. He knows what it takes. There is Ato Kikili Ato, former captain of Great Olympics, who is also with the team. So it looks like they have that experience. And now let's not forget, if you watch the Division 1 and you saw the kind of energy given by the fans whenever they were present at the stadium, you could clearly see that yes, they have the 12th man, and that is what they would have on Saturday in their game, which will push them to get maximum points. If they get 3 points, it means that they have 4 points, and that would be a brilliant start.
4 points from
a brilliant start,
opening 6
to their campaign in the Ghana Premier League.
That we'll see. We'll see what happens to Hoho United. Adriana and Nations also play. Bechem United and Holy Stars. I saw chunks of that game. Bechem lost on the road, but we know what Bechem can do. We know that they've put this team together for a while. And the guy who scored their goal, Delvin Yeboah, very, very good. Well-constructed goal. I think was the best goal scored on match day 1. Brilliant passing sequences. That's what Bechem at home, these are the things they will rely on. They take on Basake Holy Stars, who drew goalless last week. Samatex, they face Karela. Samatex won the league 2 seasons ago. They are hoping to defend their title. Swedru All Blacks are at home against Brekum Chelsea. The Sweden All Blacks at home, their first home game. Earlier this week, we spoke with Nathaniel Obing, their brands and comms manager. Says they are excited at the fact that they are playing at home. We should expect a raucous atmosphere at the Swedru Park for that game. It should be an interesting one as All Blacks begin their home campaign in the league. And then there's Dreams versus Hearts. That is a tough one for Accra Hearts of Oak. I saw the game they played last week. And if they thought Hawaii United was a complex team, we've seen Dreams. Kelvin, you mentioned it. And I also saw I saw bits and pieces of what Dreams did away from home. And you make a good point. You can tell that there's something happening at Dreams. They are beginning to put things together. The football was really nice. To watch. Parker Hansen and he and Winfred Dorman are guiding this team very well. They played their first home game.
Yes.
I think they are going to Tema. This game is at Tema.
Yes, they are playing at Tema, yes. Tema Newtown, near J. Krakow, the second. Yeah.
Didi Dramani will have to get this team to start firing very quickly.
Yeah.
I think defensively, he's kind of sorted out the problem. The fluidity is there. The challenge is now how Hearts of Oak can turn some of these things into goals. Last week against Hawaii United, I don't know whether it was by accident or design. I felt that Frank Duku he did all the things except stay in the area.
So the problem was how Safiano, the captain of Hawaii United,
how he played Frank.
He decided to keep his eyes on Karim.
Okay.
Who is more like the deep line playmaker for Heart of Folk. Out of possession, he just didn't let him breathe. He was just close. It was more like he was tagged into Karim's shots. He prevented him from having that fluid movement. Though Karim had an excellent game and eventually won man of the match, but his impact was limited. So what he had to do wasn't advanced. Every time Karim moves upfield, he wants to play, into the opponent's half, after their own half of the center circle. Yeah. But this time around, he had to stay in the Heart of Folk center circle.
No wonder Hearts had to rely on going wide because they couldn't play through the middle. Yeah.
And in the wide areas, it was difficult for Kakari and Esubonti because those two right and left backs of Hawaii United were not willing to do it. Search forward for them to even have any space to breathe. So that was the problem.
After that, playing wide is not Kakari's strongest.
No, not at all.
It's not his strongest.
Not at all.
When you play him wide, you don't get the best out of him.
So that was the problem with Heart of Folks team. Hussein did everything that he could, but he couldn't, actually have a very good game. Now you're talking about Heart of Folks' strength is their defense, and that is what Didi Dramani. So what I think they could have done on that day, you could see that the Hawaii United team were a bit shaky because,
opening nights.
Exactly.
Nerves.
So in the second half, in the final 30 minutes of the game, what they had to do was to float the ball a lot more times into the penalty area or the opponent's half. Once they make mistakes and then the ball drops, you pick up the scraps and then you feed on it. It was one that gave the second yellow card to Adumako because he wanted to go quickly into the challenge. And if you look at Adumako and Pokwame, I don't know if the coaches did not know. They are very rugged. So once you get Frank Duku and Hussein and the likes to just be lurking around for the long balls, once it drops, you may get penalty, you may get a free kick, you may even get yellow cards to them so that they will be very much cautious. But it wasn't what they probed. Now, what the Heart of Folk team also needed, they gave some chances away. It had to take Benjamin aside. That is also an added strength for the Phobians. He's very good, very agile. That header could have beaten most of the goalkeepers in the Premier League, but he just parried it over the bar and he saved Heart of Folk. Against Dreams FC, I can tell you, trust you me, they are going to create a lot more with Bartels, with Suraj Seidu. And he's coming in with that vim of I am playing against my former club because he couldn't thrive so well at Hartlepool.
So it really wasn't a great time for Suraj.
Now, Dreams would have Limodine on the left-hand side. They have Battels on the right-hand side. And then they have one up here who will be leading that attack. And in central midfield, Asante and then Dankwa, who is the captain of the team. Very young player, intelligent. He gives me the vibes of Leonard Owusu. Just that Leonard is very much skillful. You remember that Leonard Owusu, Dreams FC? When they came into the league.
Leonard,
Yes. Very excellent player. So, it's going to be a very tough game. If Hartlepool wins, it means that Dreams will be adventurous. I don't trust Dreams' central defense. And that is where the Phobians can take advantage of. And Dreams play with a right back who is more of a right winger.
So very attack-minded. Attack-minded right back.
Chris likes to advance. If Chris advances, it means that, the loopholes will be for... And unfortunately, it is a Subonte not Kakari there. A Subonte blows hot and cold. Hot and cold. If he has his A game on Monday, then it will be doomed for Dreams FC. But let's wait and see. I think Dreams, if I was supposed to place a bet, I'll give them a double chance for that particular game.
I see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So the full fixture list for match day 2 of the Ghana Premier League: Midiama versus Vision, 11 Wonders versus Hearts of Lions, Hohoe United versus Young Apostles, Adriana face Nations, Bechem take on Holy Stars, Samatex at home to Karela, Swedru All Blacks face Brekum Chelsea, and Dreams FC take on Hearts of Oak. That's on a Monday. Now the two teams that I haven't mentioned, Kotoko and Gold Stars, because they are playing on the continent this weekend. Gold Stars go ahead on Saturday. They play on Saturday. They take on GS Kabylie of Algeria, and then Asante Kotoko play on Sunday. Kelvin, it's the very first time Gold Stars are going on such an adventure.
Yeah,
they start at home. They take on the very experienced JS Kabylie. Of course, it's not like these players have been playing there for 20, 30 years. No, but JS Kabylie as an institution have experience.
Yeah.
And we know that Ghanaian history or Ghanaian football history with North African teams is really not the best. And for Gold Stars who are debutants, this will even be trickier because they'll have to try and get a good result in this game. Because going to North Africa, we know. But sometimes the danger of playing these games at home first is that you are so in a hurry to get goals that you could be outsmarted by the opposition. They get 1 or 2 goals, catch you on the break, and that's it. They've complicated your second leg for you. But Gold Stars will have to try and get something tomorrow. It's a must. They cannot go to North Africa with nothing.
Yeah. They have no other option. I think that if you look at the Gold Stars team, Frimpong Manso has done a very good job on them. Ever since he took over, after Michael Osei was relieved of his duties, they've had a very good rebuild of the team. Very good players. They lose players day in, day out. Remember, they had a striker, Kwabno, who didn't want to play again, and then he decided to leave. But they haven't really, pondered over it. Now, what makes the team, powerful for me is their midfield. There is Isaac Achete. There is Apia McCarthy. There is Francis Trene, former player for that is Bechem United. They have experienced legs.
They
Vincent
Atinga in defense.
They have Atakumi. Samson Eduku doesn't score so much, but he's a harasser. Yeah. They've brought back Prince Opoko Ajaman.
Emmanuel
Kunto. There's this guy, Nkwa. He worries a lot when he's on the flanks. As well as Kunto, just like you mentioned. Very good team in defense. Gideon Anaba, and then there's this Kelvin. There's Kelvin. I forget his second name. Very excellent defenders, and they've played in that partnership for quite a very long time. Most consistent, centre back pairing in the Premier League has been the two. And if you look at those two players and how they play very well, and I think it is one of their strengths. Now at right back and left back, they still have very quality team. If you look at their team and then you start to ask questions, is this the Gold Stars team that other teams cannot match? It's all about that chemistry that they have. And I think Frimpong Manso has been able to put together that team to play excellently well. Now, what matters most is how they are going to deliver today. They have, a tough task. If you saw Kabili, they didn't give anything to chance. They even brought pillows.
They brought their own pillows.
You saw the pillows?
Yes,
they brought their own pillows to Ghana. And Frimpong Manson is an experienced coach.
Yeah.
He played in Africa, very much dominant for most years. And now he'll be looking at championing them to do what? To success when they get into Africa. And we all know when it comes to Africa Club competition or even Continental competition, you need to be very strong and resolute at home.
Yep.
If you fail to be that resolute at home, you would not be able to achieve the success you want. They cannot concede. Even if they concede, it means that they should be winning by 5 goals or 4 goals.
5 goals.
And it's possible. It's all about converting your chances. It's all about converting your chances. When a team has Brighter as the right back, and then they have Samuel Champong. Yes, there's the defender is Kelvin Opon. They're a very good team. Nerves may happen, but they're at Accra Sports Stadium. It's the reason why they are not charging rate for the rest of the stadium, with the exception of the VIP.
VIP, yes.
Where I think it's 50 Ghana cedis. That is cool money. It means that the club is well financed and they just want to make an impact in Africa. Though the CEO has said their focus is not excelling in Africa, but they know that if they excel in Africa, it's a plus for them. Because it's not just about the club and their performance. It's about all the other benefits that will come to them in terms of accruing lots of sponsorship, mileage for the sponsors. Because they are sponsored by, Asante Kotoko?
Yes.
It will be dominant.
Sporty FM.
And I think that going forward, and their technical team is also, bridged with very, very good and experienced guy. Godwin Ablodi, former Asante Kotoko captain. He's the second assistant to the team. They have someone like Peter Newton Lati, who was Kwesi Appiah's video analyst and still works for him at times. Video analyst for Kwesi Appiah. And then Nanaya Mankwa, who is the direct assistant to Frimpong Manso. So it looks like they have wealth of experience. And on the bench, there is Vincent Atinga Adai, who's even played for the national team. Played in the most hostile, atmospheres.
Yeah.
For heart to folk.
Yep.
With his experience, he may not be playing every time, but what he offers is that bond behind the scene to help the team. And I think that, judging from what we saw last season in the top 4, it's only Kotoko gave them a really tough time when they played in the Champion of Champions. And that exposed some bits of cracks in the team, which Frimpong Manso admitted that he needs to quickly work on it, including his attack.
Yeah.
Now, what his attack has been offered is one player who has joined them, Prince Oboko Ajiman, and then there is Edward Ajiman. These 2 players will be very much crucial to their success. Appiah McCarthy might have lost form, but I think he will be very much needed because this is a game that creativity needs to be on a high. So if you ask me, if he's going to play in his midfield, he may decide to play play Emmanuel Konto and then play Francis Chini. But I think he needs a third midfielder who will be doing the rant. But if you look at Frimpong Manso so well, he doesn't really like to play with the 4-3-3 system. He's that typical 4-4-2.
4-2.
Let's go, have my wingers, have my main man, and then have an auxiliary man, and then my 2 central midfielders, one a DM and then one a CAM. So it may limit, he may have to drop one of Chene and then Appiah McCarthy. Because if you look at the way Emmanuel Konto plays, I don't see how he's going to drop Konto.
Konto is a sure starter.
Yes. So what they need to do is to make sure that they get the very best of games. Brighter, with his experience, he knows, he tackles very well. He decides to search forward. But I think that he needs to watch his rear. Some of his tackles, some of his decision making. At this point in time, concentration and discipline is very key.
Yep.
And that is what they should uphold. If they fail to uphold that discipline and concentration, it is going to get tougher and more difficult for them. But I think that Gold Stars, with this confidence, even if it's a 2-0 victory at home, they would have done their bit They can go all the way, travel in and go and get results. Many question Dreams FC, many question Mediama FC, but they did it. They should just take that inspiration from what Mediama did offer, and then get the best result out of this game they play tomorrow. And I'm sure most Ghanaians, yes, judging by what BBN Gold Stars have done, they don't have any trouble. Kwesi Edu very calm. Some of the players from Pomanson, he's not a manager that will say something for you to have, that argument with him. And let's not forget, he's a coach who is gradually building up a very strong CV. How he handled Bofo Akwatano before they sacked him. Picked up Gold Stars with what he did.
Yep. Led them to the league title.
To the league title. Won the top four with them. It's only the champion of champions that they lost by 1-0. And now they started the league season 2 on a high. Their key player that they will be looking for goals from is Samuel Atakumi. It means that lots of the creative space must be made available to him so that he gets in there and gets his goals. He's the most confident of all the attackers that they have. The likes of Nkoa, the likes of your friend that you mentioned his name, Emmanuel. Is he Emmanuel?
They have so many Emmanuels in their team. Gold Stars.
Is he a J? Emmanuel a J? Yeah. That divinity. Yes. All these players may play well, decide to get into the final third of the pitch, but they should always have an eye for Atakumi. And Atakumi knows that this team, their success would have one edge hinging on one of his shoulders, which he needs to show up tomorrow. I trust them that yes, they will win, but as to whether they're going to win by a large margin or a wide margin is what is a bit not certain. But trust you me, Gold Stars should be able to deliver, and they have a very good goalkeeper, Emmanuel Kobe. Kobe has been excellent. He's been brilliant over the last couple of games in the Ghana Premier League from last season up till now. Even in the top 4, he was just so good.
I became a believer in when I watched him in the top 4. I said, okay, this guy is really worth the conversation. So Gold Stars play tomorrow. Go out there and support them. They are playing at the Accra Sports Stadium. And it's at no cost, except you want to go and sit in the VIP. The VIP is about 50 cedis or so. So let's all go out there and let's support BBN Gold Stars. They play tomorrow. It's their first taste of the CAF Champions League. This is the preliminary round. Hopefully they should get a good result. The challenge is that it's over 2 legs. They need to ensure that they get themselves a good result tomorrow, and then they go to JS Kabylie, and we'll see how they can handle that. Most often when Ghanaian clubs go there, it's really, really, really tough for them to score good marks and get good results. Asante Kotoko are also playing this weekend. They play on Sunday against Kwara United. They are playing in the CAF Confed Cup. By virtue of winning the MTN FA Cup, they are participating in the CAF Confed Cup. Abdul Karim Zito has said a lot. We've heard from him. Let me see if I can give you a rerun for those who are interested. Yes, let's hear from Karim Zito. Karim Zito is Asante Kotoko head coach. He's been sharing his thoughts on Sunday's game against Kwara United.
We are fighting to put things together. Luckily, we are just from the preseason and we tested our energy against Brekum, and then we saw where we went right and then where we went wrong. So we are here to polish it before meeting Kwara United. It's a very good exercise for me, for the boys. We carry the confidence. So we map our strategy. I told them they should assume Brekum was Kwara United. So how are you going to face them? So I want to see it. And it also helped me with my training and those confidence I will have with those who are sitting. I can tell you, it has given me a lot of lessons in knowing my players well and also cementing my plans against Kwara United.
Asante Kotoko head coach Karim Zito speaking there. Let's hear from Asante Kotoko captain Samba O'Neil. And then when we come back, I take the thoughts of Michael Asai-Bredu concerning this one, Kotoko versus Kwara United in the CAF Confed Cup opening round?
I'm always ready. It's another opportunity for me to make things different. So we are confident. So we are training so hard for this opportunity. I will say it again. And as we know, most of us is our first time to play this kind of competition. So we need to go all out and to make our names. But, always pressure when you play a big club like Kotoko, you have to know that like everything you do, they will expect you to win. So whether you play well or bad, you have to win. So the pressure will always be there. So we need always to win. So to make them happy. So that's all.
Asante Kotoko captain Samba O'Neill speaking there. Michael Asaibedu is joining us. Michael, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. I'm good.
Yes, thank you so much. This morning, which jersey is representing? It looks like an old school. Is it Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Ah, I see. Quite interesting. I like the new one. It's really nice. We were talking about Gold Stars. We just finished having the Gold Stars conversation. You've heard Karim Zito talking about how they've been getting ready for this game, and Samba O'Neill talking about the expectation. When you play for Kotoko, you are expected to deliver, and they have to deliver against Kwara United on Sunday. Your thoughts on this one? Can Asante Kotoko get it done by a good scoreline on Sunday, just so the second leg is a bit more manageable, or they should be ready for a tough encounter from the Nigerians?
Well, I think on paper, this is actually a good tie for Asante Kotoko to seek qualification to the next stage of the qualification process for the CAF Confederation Cup. And I say this based on various reasons. One of them has history. Now, Kotoko actually has a very good history against Nigerian clubs, and I think on the average, Ghanaian clubs do themselves have a very good history against Nigerian clubs in the CAF interclub competitions. But I just want to limit it to Asante Kotoko and how they fare against Nigerian opponents. If our memory will serve us right, maybe the most recent time they had to face a Nigerian side was during the 2019-2020 CAF Champions League campaign. And that was in the prelim stage where they had to encounter Kano Pillars. They lost the first game 3-2 in Nigeria, but it was a game that they did not control well. They had taken, it was Kano Pillars who scored first. Kotoko equalized and took the lead. So Kotoko were leading 2-1 then. And then they allowed Kano Pillars to equalize and get that goal in 5 minutes. Kotoko were leading us before the 70th minute by 2-1. After the 75th minute, Kano Pillars had equalized and then taken a 3-2 lead, and then the game ended 3-2. But the return encounter in Kumasi ensured that Kotoko qualified at the expense of Kano Pillars, where they raced to a 2-0 lead, and there was no way back for Kano Pillars. So Kotoko qualified to the next stage of that competition. They've had engagement with them again in the 2008 CAF Confederations Cup. They met two Nigerian opponents in Wiki Torres and then Dolphins. Kotoko eliminated Wiki Torres 6-3 on aggregate. That was in the first round. And then against Dolphins, they eliminated them 4-3 on aggregate. And there were some interesting angles to this game. The first leg was 2-0 for Dolphins. In the second leg, Kotoko were leading 1-0 at halftime, but the way they were playing was not so encouraging. And so when the game had to be called off due to rain, Kotoko knew they had to reorganize themselves, bounce back stronger, and then they won the subsequent day's game by 4-1 to qualify at Dolphins' expense. And then in 2004 too, there was a Enugu Rangers which Kotoko bested to qualify to the next stage. And then their first ever encounter was in 1970, which had some controversial moments around it. It took CAF like 2-3 months to decide who gets to qualify, because in the first leg, Kotoko lost that encounter. Now in the second leg, Kotoko were leading 1-0 in the second half of extra time, and Kotoko were awarded a penalty. Now in the penalty, the stationary stores team then, the opponent that Kotoko faced, decided not to play, and they walked off. So it became an arbitration issue. The Nigerian Football Federation filed their protest to CAF. Kotoko did similarly through the Ghana Amateur Football Association.
Mm-hmm.
Now it took CAF like 2-3 months to settle this, but when the verdict from CAF came, they decided that after 2 months, Kotoko should qualify to the next stage, of the 1970 African Cup of Champions Club, and the stationery stores were that eliminated. They were not happy, but it was the campaign that ensured Kotoko went all the way to the final to win it, and then claimed their first ever African Cup of Champions Club trophy, which is now known as the Cup Champions League. So they have a bit of history against Nigerian sides, and against Kwara United FC, who themselves do not have a rich history in the CAF Interclub competition. Kotoko should see themselves as favorites. So that satisfies the history part. Then it comes to the reality part. I think this game on various fronts favors Asante Kotoko. One, it has to do with the economic issues, blah, 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 which we've explained in the podcast. But in terms of reality, Kwara United are not strong. Even last season in the Nigerian Premier League, they finished 14th. They are here by virtue of winning the FA Cup. If you compare that to Kotoko were in the top 4 last season, and they still won the FA Cup. This season, as it started, in 4 games, Kwara do not boast a very rich record. They are still 14th on their NPFL table. And then Kotoko have started the season brilliantly, where they went all the way to Berekum, to beat Berekum Chelsea for the very first time in 15 years. So if you look at how the two teams are gearing up to this game, clearly it points to the fact that Kotoko are favorites, but they will need to do the job on the field to ensure that they get a better result before they go all the way to Nigeria to play against Kwara United. Do Kotoko have a disadvantage playing away from home? Yes, if this game had taken place in Kumasi, it would have been a different ball game altogether, especially looking at the number of people who've come to Kumasi to be part of the Royal Funeral celebration or rites. And so it means a lot of people are in town. And with Kotoko playing on Sunday, some would have loved to stay behind and then observe Kotoko's play from close. Now, with the game taking place in Accra, it takes away that vibe. It takes away that right that Kotoko are playing at their traditional home venue. And as such, you'll be able to amass a lot of fans coming to support them. This time around, it will be in Accra, and the inconveniences has to do with travel will definitely limit the number of fans who will go to the stadium to watch Asante Kotoko play. So I think in terms of having their 12 man behind them, it is a disadvantage for Asante Kotoko, and they will need to compensate for that with some other methods that management will want to employ to see that they go onto the field and have the advantage. But I don't think they will be at a disadvantage in this altogether, because for Kwara United, they will not also be playing at their home stadium. They will have to journey for like 3 hours or more, depending on the mode of transport, to travel from Ilorin to Abeokuta to play the game against Asante Kotoko. So the two teams will, realistically or literally, they will play at neutral venues. And it's much more about who makes it count on the field of play.
Well, sounds like a tie that Asante Kotoko should navigate. I also share that opinion. I think that they should handle this game, I won't say, without fuss, but Kwara may ask a question or two. I expect Asante Kotoko to be able to handle themselves and possibly get past this round and to the next. Michael, just finally on this fan expectation, when you sample fan opinion, what are the major standouts in terms of opinions? What are the major themes in the opinions that you hear of us from Asante Kotoko fans concerning this Sunday's game?
I think they have basically been pondering on who gets to start, how the Kotoko team will look like, and why it is necessary they get a result. Now, if you are somebody who closely follows Karim Zito, he gives hints of how his team would be like prior to a big game in the earlier game that he played in. So I think in the game against Kwara, the team he will likely set up with was mostly hinted in the lineup he used against Berekum Chelsea. And I say this because I think that has been his template or his blueprint. That aside, it has been his best team he selected in Asante Kotoko throughout preseason. If you look at the selection of goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara, none of the goalkeepers in the goalkeeping department will challenge him to the number 1 spot. So definitely, Kamara will start. We all know there are issues with Asante Kotoko's right back position. Shaibu Abubakar is not available. He's just returned to training and is deemed not match fit for a game of this magnitude. Maybe if he will be considered for selection, that will be in the second leg encounter. The same applies to Lord Amon. So it looks like Asante Kotoko will once again go with a makeshift right back. Now, with Zito using Musa Musata against Chelsea and also using him in the game against the BNE Gold Stars, he will love to continue that process with him. And surely he should start as a right back and he will contribute when the team does change their shape from maybe a 4-back to a 3-back when they have possession and they want to use Patrick Essiedu to attack. Definitely, Patrick Essiedu is fit. He will start as a left back, and then Zito will go with a more familiar centre-back pairing of Joseph Ablo and then Samba O'Neill, who is the captain for the side. In midfield, he has settled on Lord Hilary Adabo as the main starting defensive midfielder, and then he will partner him with Seth Kojo and then Emmanuel Entry, just as we saw in the Brecum Chelsea game. In attack, Kwame Poku is not available, and he will settle on Albert Tamwa as a main centre forward, and he will be flanked by the duo of Donzo Morifeng and then also Philip Amo, or in the place of Philip Amo, he will start Saka Dauda. So these are the likely positions that Zito will be making changes. In the centre forward area, Albert Tamwa for the injured Kwame Poku, and then at the right back area, Musa Hamzata for the injured Shaibu Abubakar and Lord Amwa. But that aside, you expect that most of his selection will be hinged on how he selected his team against Brecum Chelsea. But again, what the fans are looking for is that Kotoko are able to start the game well, settle, and then make sure that they control and manage the game. We spoke with a Nigerian journalist, Flavor Itua, that was during the Sporty podcast, and he mentioned that the Kwara United FC coach, Sani Tunde, is much more of a defensive-minded coach. He does not give much out. He is very conservative in his approach, and that has been the template he's used during their away games in the Nigerian Premier League. And he thinks that it will be nothing different when they travel to play away from home in the CAF Confederation Cup. And so he predicted that it will be a Kwara United team that will come here, sit back, not open up, and see if they can see some 1 or 2 moments through set pieces or counter-attacking situations to attack Asante Kotoko. And so what I see is that it will be a very difficult game for Kotoko. Kotoko, in their approach against Chelsea, seemed to thrive when they sat back, allowed Chelsea to attack them, and then they pressed mid-range, won the ball, and quickly initiated attacks against Brecum Chelsea. And that worked because they were the away side. So Kotoko were comfortable, sitting back, receiving all the punches from Chelsea, and then making it count where it mattered most. And that is how come they were able to create some of the chances against the Chelsea team. And again, even the goal from Albert Tamwa, it was that break from the middle, a single pass from Hubert Jehu. It unleashed Albert Tamwa. He triggered his face, and then he had to rifle a shot into the net in between the legs of the Brecum Chelsea goalkeeper, Aye. Clearly, if Kwara are not going to open up, it means spaces will be limited for Asante Kotoko. It means that Kotoko will mostly dominate possession. And I don't really trust this Kotoko midfield to control and manage games like this. They will love to concede possession to you in chunks and then seize their chance from counter-attacking situations. Now, when the opponent has to sit back, it becomes more of an issue for Kotoko. So I don't know how Zito will cope with this. I expect a lot of in-game tweaks. When Kotoko starts with a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, I expect a lot of in-game tweaks just to see that they will maximize opportunities that they will create. If they don't have enough space to run into, it means that Kwara will populate their defensive area, especially their penalty box, and Kotoko will not have much chances. So it means Kotoko will have to resort to shots from distance, and that is where the likes of Seth Kojo and Emmanuel Entry will have to come to the fore. So it will be an interesting game, but it will be a game I don't see a lot of goal creating actions. I don't see a lot of goals being scored, and it will be a very cagey affair. Honestly, if I'm to give my prediction, I look at this game as more of a 0-0 and the tie being decided in the return encounter in Abeokuta. I don't see Kotoko winning comfortably here, and then taking a healthy lead to Abeokuta. I think the best for them might be maybe a low margin victory, and then the realistic chance or the realistic scoreline I see is a 0-0 draw against Kwara United.
Interesting. That's a very that's a very interesting prediction, but a prediction that can easily happen just looking at all the things you've mentioned and what we've seen of Asante Kotoko in the last few weeks or last few months. But we wish Asante Kotoko the very best. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let's talk a bit about the Champions League. It returned this week. We had games on Tuesday, games on Wednesday. There were games last night as well. Manchester City beating Napoli by 2-0. Barcelona beating Newcastle on the road by 2-1. Frankfurt, they beat Galatasaray by 5-1, I believe. And then there were other interesting results. Monaco lost away at Club Brugge. Ghana's Mo Salisu did not feature in that game. Michael Asarbedu is still on the line with me. Michael, which of the games were you following last night in the UEFA Champions League? And what did you make of what you saw?
Definitely Newcastle's home game against Barcelona. There was a bit of history around it. 97-98 when Barcelona traveled to the venue and Faustino Asprilla scored his hat-trick and Barca
Tino.
3-2. Yeah. And then again, Barca traveled there. This time around, they were on the winning side in 2003 when it was, I think there was Thiago Motta on the score sheet for Barcelona when they won 2-0 against Newcastle. And this game, aside the history part, also presented two different versions of the two teams. Newcastle would play with the fans fueling them. They would play with that blockbuster start, full of energy, trying to apply early pressure and see if Barcelona would cower and then concede the early stages. But I loved how Barca matured into the game. They handled the early pressure very well. But I also think that for some poor finishing on the part of the Newcastle attackers, they should have gotten a goal in the first 20 minutes. Now, when Barca escaped that 20-minute barrier from the Newcastle team, where they exerted a lot of pressure and energy on them, I knew that then the game was in Barca's hands now. And they managed the game very well. They have a midfield. I think that much of Europe and even the rest of the world need to seriously credit this Barcelona midfield. They have everything in their arsenal to control and manage games of this nature. If they escape the early pressure, trust me, they will make it very difficult for you. The pivot, or the double pivot of Frankie de Jong and Pedri, they are very technically gifted. They conserve possession. They are full of vision. They know how to manage games efficiently. And they made it very difficult for Newcastle United from there. And it's not surprising that the Newcastle United captain, Bruno Guimaraes, came out to say that the Barcelona team and how they play, they will press you, win the ball, then they will keep possession of the ball and make sure you tire out before you get to it. And even when you do get possession of the ball from them, you are tired to the extent that you can't do much with it. And we also saw it. It was evident in the second half where you expected Newcastle to continue to press. I knew that they could not sustain that energy they started the game with. And Barcelona managed the game efficiently. And you'd have to give it to them. They deserve to carry the day. You would have to look at the goals that Rashford scored. The second goal, for instance, an absolute pitch of beauty. You have to give it to him. So credit to Barcelona. They showed that they've matured for European nights like this. Last season, they could not really manage games like this. Check their game against Benfica in the league phase, where they are taking a lead. Benfica had to claw back, and the game became like a half and half affair. In this encounter, they managed the game, but the first 20 minutes where things got a bit difficult for them, that they efficiently managed this game to get the result that they deserve. So credit to Hansi Flick. They've shown that they've learned. Credit to the Barcelona team. They've shown that they've matured from last season's bitter experiences. And even without their main attacking talisman in Lamine Yamal, they were still able to do a job. So kudos to them. The next game will be Man City against Napoli. And I always knew that Antonio Conte had that in him. He is not really cut for the big European night. He will go there, he still will disappoint. But I feel so gutted for Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
The return to the Etihad shouldn't have ended in that manner. But Di Lorenzo went for a red card, and it was the easiest option for Antonio Conte to sacrifice. And then Napoli were never the Napoli team we expected to turn up from there. I think credits to Manchester City. They look so good with Rodri in the team. He makes them tick. I said this yesterday. He's in the middle coordinating affairs. He's in the middle protecting the defense. He's very valuable to this Manchester City team with and without the ball. And he makes the Pep Guardiola machine very efficient. So with Rodri in the setup and then with City having a numerical advantage, I knew definitely that was the end of Napoli. And then Erling Haaland has showed that he's still on his scoring form. He gave Manchester City that first goal to ensure that they will go ahead and carry on from where they left off. And then there was no looking back for them after scoring the first goal. So kudos to them for winning. Galatasaray, again, a very domestic dominant side. But whenever they go beyond the barriers of Turkey, then they have found one thing. With all the stars they've assembled, they could not match up to Eintracht Frankfurt, showing that teamwork often trumps individual brilliance. Galatasaray were relying on their stars, and I knew that without someone like Victor Osimhen, it was going to be difficult for them to dominate Eintracht Frankfurt. But they did well in opening the score. Then Eintracht Frankfurt decided to review the template of the game, decide the outcome of the game through how they played in the middle. And Sanov as a wing back has been excellent, but I think the major strength of this Eintracht Frankfurt team is from their middle, and that is when they unleashed their 19-year-old Portuguese offensive midfielder, Chan Uzun. I think it's been a revelation for them. After losing Omar Mamouche, after losing Hugo Ekitike, a lot of people were asking questions, who will be the next to step up? Eli Wahi, formerly of Strasbourg, was seen as a player who would come in and then lay down the mantle. But he's not getting enough starts. Injuries have affected him. Michi Batshuayi, with his experience, especially playing for Galatasaray, he is also on the bench. Now, the revelation is a 19-year-old boy who is supporting Jonas Burkhardt, and then they're able to deliver what they did. Jonathan Burkhardt, and they delivered what they did. So I think it's brilliant for Eintracht Frankfurt to start their campaign on this note. Excellent for them. I think the German teams had a good run. Bayer Leverkusen secured a draw away from home. Dortmund secured a draw away from home. And then for Eintracht Frankfurt and Bayern Munich, they won at home. So I think it's a great start for the German teams. And yesterday was also another enjoyable night of European football.
Well, you mentioned the Germans. Leverkusen's 2-2 draw at Copenhagen was also a good return for them. They had to fight back twice to get themselves that draw. After 86 minutes, they were 2-1 down. They never folded. And they managed to get themselves, a draw or a point. So, a good week for German teams. I think the English teams, bar Chelsea, also had an okay start. Arsenal won their game. City won their game. Liverpool left it late to win as well. So, quite an interesting start. Your thoughts on the newbies? We saw Paphos, Bodo Glimt, Kirat. I think I got their name right. Kirat Almaty. They lost to Sporting. Is this what we should expect from the debutants? I mean, Almaty, we saw them lose. We are not surprised. Bodo Glimt and Paphos got themselves a point each on their debut in the Champions League.
I think credits to them. For Kirat Almaty, it was always a tough task going to Portugal to defeat Sporting Lisbon. It was a tough ask, asking them to do something. I knew that they were really going to struggle, but I think they held themselves together for quite some time. They considered the first goal somewhere in the 40th minute, so they did well. They had a baptism of fire as regards the UEFA Champions League. They will learn the ropes and become better, but I don't think they'll really pull up to the occasion, or they will put up a challenge as compared to the other sides. For Bodo, they have been consistent in Europe.
Yeah.
Albeit they have not been playing in the Champions League, but they've been here and there as regards the Conference League, as regards the Europa League. And so they know what it takes on the big European nights to draw a performance. So I, in particular, was not surprised that they were able to get an away draw. For Paphos, for geographical reasons, whenever Greek sides come up against Cyprus sides, it is mostly a keenly contested affair. And I considered that. I knew that traveling to Piraeus to play against Olympiacos would not be easy for Olympiacos just because they were the home side or they had enough experience as regards the UEFA Champions League. But again, for geographical reasons, just like maybe a Nigerian side coming to play in Ghana or a Togolese side coming to play in Ghana, for geography reasons, they will make it very tough for you. So that kind of game looks much more like a derby, a rivalry sort of, and I knew Paphos would step up to the occasion and make it very difficult for Olympiacos, irrespective of their inexperience in the UEFA Champions League. And it played out exactly. It turned out that there were even red cards, and they held on so well until Olympiacos themselves also suffered a red card. So it was that typical derby feel around that game. But where they carry on from there will be the most important thing. How will they fare in the subsequent games? I think you will not have a Greek team to face in every other match day. You'll be facing different opponents. So how you handle yourself will be very important. But I think they've assembled a very interesting team. A team with locals and a team with foreigners. Foreigners from South America. And they've added that South American bite to their game. So if you just look at the name Paphos, you would underrate them. But if you dig deep into their squad, look at their lineups and all that, then you will know that they've actually assembled a decent team who can play well on any given day. It's just similar to what Karabakh has done. Look at what they did to Benfica. You will just look at the name and think, oh, Karabakh, a team coming from Azerbaijan. Yet you won't really rate them. But you look at their squad and it's made up of South American players who are full of flair, are full of tricks, and also they can serve you an individually brilliant performance to score a solo goal. So you have to look at these things well, just scratch beneath the surface, and you'll know that they have quality in their fold and they will deliver. But I'm happy for the debutants in Bodo Glimt and then also for Paphos. But they will need to do more to sustain a fight to stay in the UEFA Champions League.
Well, we'll see. Next match day is at the end of the month, and for Kairat Almaty, they host the mighty Real Madrid. Real Madrid will have to travel almost into China to play that game. So I guess it changes. It all of a sudden makes that game a very exciting one. Real Madrid will have to fight jet lag, tiredness, time difference to play that game against Kairat Almaty, who are debutants in the UEFA Champions League. All right, 9:15. All right, let's switch tracks. Let's talk about. You're still listening to the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. We'll be getting into our next batch of interviews, but MTN is telling you that they are giving you MTN free after one extra. If you loved MTN free after one extra is what you love even more. Now, when it comes to MTN free after one extra, you get to talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute and get to talk for 60 minutes straight without interruptions. You also get 100 MB of data for free after your first call on Saturdays. So now is the time to talk extra with all your boys and your girls. Just dial star 550 hash, star 550 hash, and follow the prompts. All of that happening thanks to MTN. This weekend, the Premier League is back, and there are all kinds of interesting games. I guess there are two standout games from this weekend, right? Two standout games. Some people may say three standout games, if you like. We have the derby, the Merseyside derby, starting as of on Saturday between Liverpool and Everton. That's at 11:30. There's Brighton, Spurs, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Palace, Leeds traveling to Wolves, and then at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, you've got Manchester United versus Chelsea. And then you have Fulham versus Brentford closing it out on a Saturday. And then on Sunday, you've got Bournemouth versus Newcastle, Sunderland versus Aston Villa. And then the big one, Arsenal versus Manchester City, Sunday at 3:30 p.m. And we will be in Tema at the St. Peter's Car Park, Tema Community 4. We'll be we'll be there at the Tema Food Festival. Yeah, that's where we'll be doing the viewing party this weekend. We are going to Tema. So to tell us a bit more about the food festival, I've got four of our very good friends here. Ajwape is here. You usually hear her.
Hello.
Supporting Arsenal when we do our viewing parties, but today she's here to do something very different. Today is not Arsenal business, even though I'll take a prediction from her. I also have Breezy. Breezy is the CEO of Havila. Breezy, boss man, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good, sir.
Wonderful. Then I've got MC360, who is the organizer. MC360.
Chairman.
Everything cool.
Everything Chris.
Great. Then I have Cassie. Cassie is joining us. She's the manager of Havila. Cassie, how are you doing? Hold on. You are not live. Now you are live. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful. So tell us about the Tema Food Festival, because that's where we will be at. But listeners want to know what it's all about. It's not only the football, but what exactly will be happening this Sunday at the Tema Food Festival.
All right, so this Sunday we are saying that come and experience great vibes, music, good food, and also come and connect with great people too. So it's all about food, great people, great music, and also the beautiful experience of having the viewing party with Sporty FM.
Wonderful. And it's happening at the St. Peter's Car Park. Tema Community 4.
Tema Community 4.
I've been to Tema a number of times. I still don't know my left from right whenever I don't understand the place. Anyway, so Cassie, you are with Havila. Tell what happens at La Villa? Havila, what do you guys do? And what will you be doing at the Tema Food Festival?
Okay, Havila is an NGO organization. Okay, we are event organizers. And aside this break time, we have the Tema Bike Festival.
Oh, okay.
We have the Tema Masqueraders Carnival also. And then we have the break time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this coming Sunday, it's all about break time food festival.
Okay.
Yeah. Connecting with the community as well.
Great. So, what kind of course, you mentioned food, but what types of food should people expect to come and enjoy and sample this weekend?
Okay, we have the local and the continental dishes. Yeah, so the local, talk of banku, fufu, kobe. Now continental, and so I mean the inchicho, fried rice, and the rest.
Yes. I see. Wonderful.
So there are all kinds of food available.
All kinds of food.
Yeah.
I see. Breezy, we haven't heard from you. What should people expect from you? I mean, you guys are you the organizers?
Yes, yeah.
Great. So in addition to the food, what else should people expect this weekend?
There's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, aside the food, they will be having a music section, dance section, and an artist. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, artists. Yeah.
Artists will be there.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. It sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like fun. We will be there early to do the football. Ajay, let me come to you. I mean, as I said, typically you'd be supporting Arsenal today. We are not here doing Arsenal business, but
Arsenal is part.
Arsenal is part. Okay. So if Arsenal is part, tell us the other part or the other reason why you are here with us this early morning.
People usually forget. Football really comes from Tema. We got the best. If you check Tema, the football club, Pate comes from there. Kudus used to come to play for football. Actually came from Tema. So we want you to come and experience what Tema. It's not really about music. Yes, we have the big musicians coming from Tema. Footballers are also coming from Tema, and we have passionate football lovers as well in Tema. So come and experience having a match viewing. We've done it in Accra, so come to Tema, the Harbour City, and come and experience it.
The Tema side of it.
The Tema side, I see. For us at Sporty FM, it will be our first time there, so I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. For those who don't know where the St. Peter's car park is, guys, can you give people directions on how to find St. Peter's car park if they are coming from Tema, or maybe they live in Tema and they've never gone anywhere in Tema?
All right, so Community 4, I would say, is the center of Tema. And if you're coming from Accra and you're driving, it is just a few meters away from the Tema Valco roundabout.
The Valco roundabout?
Valco roundabout is a very big landmark that everybody, if you get to your Google Map.
So if I'm on the motorway, right, and then
you turn right.
To Tema, I drive straight.
Yes. That would be the first roundabout you meet.
The first roundabout?
Yes.
The last time I was in Tema was like 2019.
This is pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. So I had a speaking engagement there. So when you mentioned the Valco roundabout, that was the landmark I was given that I should go. I went to, was it the Maritime Building?
Okay, Community 3. Yeah.
That's Community 3.
Okay.
I told you I don't know my left from Tema. So so when people come in, once they get to the Valco
roundabout, you can opt out to 10. I think your first exit that will be on your right hand side.
Okay.
Yes, immediate left. That will be the St. Peter's car park.
St. Peter's car park.
Or you can choose to use your second exit. Second exit. I think the first branch on your right hand side. Ask anybody. St. Peter's car park. It's just a landmark.
Okay.
Just ask anybody. Even the kid 2 years would know.
St. Peter's car park. I see. So that's where all the action is happening. We will be there for the viewing party, but when does the food festival actually start? Is it only happening on Sunday, or it extends beyond, or is it a 2-day thing? I'm just curious.
Okay. For now, it's a 1-day thing.
1 day. It's happening Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
What time does it start?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what time does it end?
So
all the food is finished.
Mommy won't call.
So you are tired. You've eaten all the food and drank everything, and you want to go home at least. So from 10 a.m. we'll be there to do the viewing party. Arsenal and Man City. As well as Arsenal winning this one.
Yes.
I see.
And the next day is a holiday, so come and have fun and enjoy more football with the Sporty Crew.
We'll all be there.
Later keeps saying, we'll be there just for the match. No, it's not just for the view party. Later you should come and experience the whole Tema.
I'll be there. As I said, I mean, every time I come to Tema, it's to do one thing, like one specific thing, and you go, leave. And I leave.
We want you to leave with the experience and also the memories.
No problem. Yeah. So I'll be there. So listeners, if you are tuned in, this Sunday we are going to Tema Community 4, St. Peter's Car Park for the viewing party. It's part of the Tema Food Festival, organized by Havila, and you've heard Breezy and Cassie talking about the Tema Food Festival. So come on out this Sunday. If you can go for early service and then spend your whole day at Tema, right? Come and enjoy some good food, great vibes, meet different people, have fun, and also get to enjoy the football too. It makes it better. It makes it a great experience. The next day is a holiday, so don't worry about work. come and chill and you can go home the next day.
Sure. It's rep your jersey too.
Oh, okay. People should bring their jersey. Yeah. So Arsenal fans, please, red and white. The 10 Manchester City fans in Ghana, bring. Sorry, they are more than 10. They will get angry with me. They'll get angry with me. But Cassie, let me come back to you and then Breezy. So, which specific? Can you just give us examples of some of the vendors who will be there? Are you only taking vendors from Tema or vendors who are based in Tema, or is open to vendors from all over?
It's open to all, not necessarily vendors based in Tema. So we have Dion's Catering, we have Maize Grills, and we have Abele Walls. We have Organic Wache from Big Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we have the Northern Hat.
Okay.
Day dealing fresh juices.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we have the Porkman also. Among others, I mean, there are many.
There are many.
Yeah, there are many.
Breezy, so the space, will it be able to hold all these vendors?
Oh,
the car park, is it big enough to hold everybody?
Yeah, very big. Yeah.
Very big car park.
Sure.
Charlie, Sunday there it promises to be fun. I have to consider not going to church.
Wear your jersey to church.
I should wear the jersey to church. Okay, I'll be the odd one out though. It depends. If United wins on Saturday, I'll wear it. If they don't, I won't.
Oh, you are winning.
No, it's just telling yourself that I don't want to win this.
Because United will not win anyway. They won't beat Chelsea anyway. So all of that. Anyway, just finally, are the spaces for vendors taken? Are you sold out? What if there's a vendor who's listening and they want to come around? How can they get in touch with Havila?
Okay, at the moment, we don't have any slot now.
We don't have any slots.
Sold out. Yes,
so all the slots are sold out.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. Great stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for passing through. We'll be there on Sunday, and I'm telling all listeners, if you are listening to us, Sunday you are spending your day at Tema. The Tema Food Festival starts at 10 a.m. So do early service and then go to Tema, right? Adjoa says bring your jersey, rep your jersey and come. Because there's a food festival, lots of food, lots of drinks, lots of vibes. It will be a great time, and then you get to enjoy Arsenal versus Manchester City as part of that viewing, as part of the festival. We'll be there. Sporty FM will be there to give you another viewing party in terms of the new Premier League season. Guys, thank you. Adjoa, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Breezy, thank you. Breezy is CEO of Havila. MC360 is the organizer. He will be there. You see him there, front and center, putting things together.
But I support us now, but I can't put us now, Jesse.
Why can't you?
I don't want any trolling after the match.
You don't believe in yourself.
You don't get Vim.
I get Vim.
So wear it.
It's a football. You need to go for
Wear it. Anyway, and then we also had Cassie. Cassie is manager at Havila. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for passing through. It was fun. We'll meet on Sunday. Sunday, I better bring my bowls and containers and basket to collect all the food and all the nice things. We'll meet on Sunday, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
This is still the Sporty Breakfast. It's 9:30 on the dot. So you've heard the good news. Sunday we are going to Tema. Tema Community 4. We'll be having a viewing party. The Arsenal versus Manchester City is all part of the Tema Food Festival. So if you are not doing anything on Sunday or you've gone to church, you are wondering what to do with the rest of your Sunday, let's go to Tema Community 4. Let's go and enjoy the Tema Food Festival. See all the wonderful vendors, all the great food that will be there, the great music, lots of things to drink, great friends to make. Sporty FM is heading out once again this weekend. So join us. You heard the Tema Community 4, St. Peter's Car Park. That is where all the action will be at. I'm excited. I love it when we go out. Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061. Let me see if there are some WhatsApp comments. We'll be talking about the World Athletics Championship in a bit because it's getting to the end and there are very interesting things happening. As we speak, the women's 100-meter hurdles is happening as part of the heptathlon. And you can catch all the action on Sporty TV right now. You can catch all the action on Sporty TV. We'll be giving you some radio commentary a little later. The women's high jump in terms of the heptathlon is also happening now. Women's javelin throw is also happening. Men's 5,000 meter heats. Women's shot put. The women's 800 meter semi-final is also happening. The men's triple jump final will happen this morning. That's 11:50 Ghana time, which is about 7:50 Japan time. The men's 400 meter hurdles final will also happen, and the men's 400 meter women's final is happening. The women's 200 meter event in the heptathlon will also happen, and then the women's 200 meter final will also happen. All happening today in the World Athletics Championship. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. We'll be talking some basketball in a second. Yeah, we'll be talking hoops. I've been joined in the studio by Ferranmi Olunloyo. I hope I got the name right.
Close enough.
Close enough. Okay. Maybe you can teach me how it's said.
It's Ferranmi Olunloyo.
Okay, Ferranmi Olunloyo, director for DC Dynamics.
Yes.
So I'm told you guys have a corporate basketball league organized by DC Dynamics, and the final is tonight.
It is tonight.
Which two teams are in the final, Ferranmi?
So APSA is in the finals, and then the finals with Ghana Ye. And Ghana Ye is, of course, everybody knows APSA is a bank,
yes.
And Ghana Ye is an electronics and appliance company, and it's been a very fierce battle. And we're looking when they played in the first round, preliminary rounds. APSA won, just edged them out, and Ghana said they're going to make it back to the finals because they want to beat APSA. So it's been very interesting to see.
Wonderful. Tell me a bit more about the corporate basketball league. How long has it been happening in this year's edition or this final? Take us back to the very beginning. How many teams started? How many have fallen by the wayside, and how we got to the final?
Okay, so we started with about 7 teams. So Stanbic Bank, MTN, EcoBank, Ghana Ye, APSA. I know I always forget somebody, but hopefully they are not too mad at me for that. And it was round robin. Everybody, GIS staff and parents, they came together. And it was round robin for about 2 or 3 months. And everybody played everybody. Then we had the final 4. And they went to the playoffs. And it was really, really good competition because you see, for us, what we realized is obviously you play sports as a kid, you play sports, in university or high school. But when it comes to working life, it's kind of hard. So we decided to put this league together, which of course favors the working individual. So it's in the evenings, it's maybe once or twice a month. So it's not really a strain on you. It's mostly on Thursday or Friday, so the end of the week. And the patronage has been great. We started in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I started in 2019, And of course, COVID happened, and then 2022 we re-kicked things off, and we've been growing ever since.
Wonderful. So you started with 7 teams, as you said, round robin, and all of that. Where do you hold your games?
We hold them at different venues. So RIAN International School, GIS, of course, Aviation Social Center, lots and lots of venues. So those are 3 major venues we've used. RN and GIS, of course, because of the rains, they have indoor facilities. And then Aviation Social Center is like one of our prime venues because the center of town and the facility is decent. And of course, International Central Gospel Church, ICGC in Aposoka, they also have a good facility. And those are the 4 main venues we use.
Great. Tell me a bit about DC Dynamics, what you guys do, why you've put DC Dynamics together and all.
Well, that's a loaded question. But essentially, right, DC Dynamics, kind of like what you guys do. I mean, we have to make sports happen. Sports there are a lot of areas to sport. We talk about the media, we talk about the organization, we talk about logistics. And for basketball in particular, we realized that there was a gap, in the market, and we decided to explore that gap. So things like corporate basketball, I mean, that was, or recreational basketball, or very little kids basketball, or travel opportunities for basketball, or camps. What we decided to do was basically our job was to make sports happen at the highest possible level for the level. What I'm saying is that if, let's say, obviously, the U12 basketball is not going to be like the NBA, but it can still be a good experience. You understand, and that's what we came into the market to do, and we've been doing it for as a business probably for about 3 years, but I mean as an organization for about 17 years, and it's been going very well.
Great stuff. So tell me, how did you get all these teams to take part in the corporate league, right? How difficult or easy was it to get, say, GIS staff and parents or Ghana or APSA to say that, we are doing this corporate league, we want you to take part? How easy or difficult was it to convince them to get people to join?
Well, it's funny, in some ways it wasn't easy at all, and in some ways it was, because obviously, when you do a corporate, it's not just like getting some boys off the streets. You're not just taking basketball players, you're taking a brand. You understand? So when you have like a big brand like EcoBank, you have a big brand like Ghana, or a big brand like APSA, it's not just them playing basketball, it's how the brand represented in the public eye, how their staff are treated, all those things are, So first of all, for our brand to build that kind of credibility, to be able to say, okay, we're waiting to play in the Dynamics Corporate League, that took a little time. Lots of emails, lots of meetings, lots of phone calls. Yes. But then after a while, just like anything else, good work speaks for itself. So once you have one person saying, okay, well, we'll try it. And we started off with just like, let's organize a friendly game for you. Like, let's just come around, let's organize a game for you. And then that opened the door to a meeting, and then, okay, who else is playing? And then slowly but surely, then the credibility just built for itself, and like good work spoke for itself. And other people, after a while, actually, people were knocking on our doors and we're like, well, the season has started, we can't start, things like that. So it's basically 2 things, essentially, just, get in the door, make some phone calls, send the emails, show you proof of work, and then the rest of it is just proof of work working for itself.
What have you made of some of the basketball you've seen? People who work regular 9 to 5s and they are on the court shooting hoops.
I mean, I won't lie, the first season, we're just afraid that the ambulance would just be working,
Were there people who came in with previous history of playing basketball?
Most people had played, but you see, what generally happens is that, you play basketball up to university, then maybe a few years after, then work life really starts to take, your time and your energy. So there are a bunch of people who are, I played in SS, and all of a sudden in my waist, but what was very interesting to see was just the level of joy and then commitment, of some of these teams. We hadn't really, we didn't expect, some of the competition was really high level, even to the point where like new teams would come and say, hey, Charlie, can we play this one? But people, like a lot of companies started investing in practice time, investing in gym time, it was just something to play for. It wasn't like they couldn't do it. It was just that, this exists now. It is something for us to play for. And that was Very, very, very interesting to see. And even just the corporate rivalry, you know what I mean? When like upsides play EcoBank and, you know, people say, hey, our CEO is coming. And even just seeing like, you know, HR, CFOs at games. I mean, it started to mean something more than just, oh, we play, but also the networking bit apart from it. So it has been very interesting to see.
Just finally, so this final, where is it happening? When is it happening, and is it open to the public? Can people just come and sit and watch?
Yes. It's open to the public. It's going to be a great game. It's a bit of a grudge match. It's happening today at 6:30 at the Aviation Social Center.
Okay.
And
under the lights.
Under the lights. Cool weather. It's going to be a great experience. If you have the time, you're around town. If you're stuck in traffic, just pass by and have a great time. It's good basketball. It's great fun.
Wonderful. Are there any prizes?
Yes, but I'm not. There are prizes. There are prizes, but I'm not at liberty to discuss that now.
That's fair. Going forward, let's say somebody comes to watch, right? The person works in an organization. He comes to watch today's final, and he's excited by what he sees, and he wants to sign his or her organization up. How can people get in touch with DC Dynamics Basketball?
Well, an email would be great. I mean, just send us an email at dcdynamics@gmail.com, dcdynamicsbasketball@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to us on social media, DC Dynamics on Instagram or Twitter or anything, Facebook, right? Or you could, I mean, if you have the facility today, you could just reach out to any of my staff and they'll be more than happy to sign you on. Yeah.
Great stuff. Congrats on putting the league together, and all the best ahead of the final tonight.
Thank you.
May the best team win. I don't know who will win, but may the best team win. Ferami, thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time.
Great
really
stuff.
Appreciate it.
Great. So that was Ferami Oluloyo, director for DC Dynamics Basketball. They are organizing a very interesting corporate league, and the final is tonight between APSA and Ghana. So Ferami, he took the Ghanaian team to Rwanda for the Giants of Africa Basketball Festival. So yeah, he knows his basketball really, really, really well. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. It's 9:44. Let's do our final interview for the morning. Now, the 2025 Rugby League Grand Final is happening this weekend, I believe. This weekend? Yes, this weekend at the University of Ghana Rugby Stadium. Now, the inaugural championship was held in 2019, and it's been going on ever since. The Bulls and Scholars, they've been meeting each other very often in the final, so they know each other really well. The Bulls got the maiden title, and they won the crown again in 2024. While the Scholars did a three-peat, 21, 22, 23. So this weekend, they go at it again, the Bulls and Scholars. Now, I've been joined by Leslie Boedu. Leslie Boedu plays for the Bulls. Leslie, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm fine, man.
We should have had somebody from the Scholars here too.
Oh yeah, honestly, I was expecting them, but you know what I mean.
I don't know why we don't have anybody from the Scholars. It would have been fun to listen to the two of you. Anyway, let's talk about the season in itself. Just take us through how it went generally from start to finish, and then we can zone in on the final and how the Bulls are planning to win.
Oh, for that one, it was basically ups and downs. You see, we are the defending champions, so we're expected to do a lot. So at a point in time, we had some games that we draw, some games that we failed. So some games too, we drastically, won. So it was basically up and down. So we had to come back and switch back on, and yeah, I mean, it was exciting.
Great. And you're in the final. You're taking on your very good friends, the Scholars.
Yeah.
They did a 3-peat, 21, 22, 23, and then you got the title back in 2024. How are you getting ready for this? Because usually in sports, when two teams know each other very well, you kind of wonder how you prepare for them. But how have preps been for this particular final? You are hoping to defend your title.
Yeah.
So how has it been getting ready to take on the Scholars?
As you said, we know them. We know what they can do. So the way we prep for other teams is mostly different from the way we prep for this team, because we know they are a tough team. Among all the teams we have faced, they have been the toughest. Even though other teams have now been coming up and they've given us hard time, but this team, we know them. We know how tough they are, so we basically watch their games, specifically what they do, and see their key players and lock them down.
Great. So I'm sure you've picked up a thing or two from watching them all season.
More than a thing or two.
Wonderful. Let's talk about which position do you play? Which role do you play in your team?
I play a fullback.
Okay.
Basically, it's like the last man on defense.
Oh, last man in defense.
Yes, please.
I see. So a lot of responsibility will be on you to stop them from getting the try.
Exactly.
Wow. And how ready are you for this one? Because you are a very important part of the team.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So
how many fullbacks are there in a team?
Just one.
Just one. So okay. So you are just last line.
Yes, please. So honestly, my role is basically I just have one job. When they are coming, that's all I do. So I can't miss that.
Just stop.
So I'm prepping for that one very much.
Great. Tell me about the entire season. Just your thoughts on Rugby League, right? And how people are accepting it and people are embracing it. How's it been like? Do you have a lot of fans coming around to watch the game? Not only your games, but just generally, other teams in the league.
Yeah, we are working on, bringing more audience and people to come and watch and introducing them to the game and all that. So we move outside, not only in Accra, we go to Ashanti region and all that. So even there's a session going on, that's I think the SHS schools going on in Ashanti region. So they are playing the league. So we introduce them to Rugby League. And for Accra here, we need more audience. Because anybody that comes, that we bring, let's say a family member, a friend or something that we invite, and they come around, they'll be like, oh, I never knew this game was this interesting. I never knew this game was this and everything. So when I'll urge them to come, I just come and watch.
I see. How did you get into Rugby League?
For that one, it was basically my big brother.
Okay.
He was playing and I was like, oh, this is the sport he's playing. I was playing basketball back then. So it was like, oh, let me see, because mostly my brother, when he goes to play rugby and I see him, his excitement and most things change. I was like, let me try the sport and see. And yeah, that was 2 years ago, and I'm still here.
2 years. So you your first contact with, let's say you got into Rugby League 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And now you're playing for the Bulls. The Bulls are hoping to do a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Great. Just finally, what will be your message to the fans who are coming, the Bulls fans who are coming, and to the Scholars fans? What have you got to tell them? To
the Bulls fans, I'll tell you, we wouldn't disappoint you. We are prepping our most hardest to get what we want. We know what it means to us. We know it, so we wouldn't waste our time, even though it's not for the fans. We're doing it for ourselves, and our fans are supporting us. So we'd be like, nah, we don't have to disappoint them. For the Scholars and their fans to, I would say, they should better luck next time.
Yeah, wishing them better luck next time. Ahead of the final. When is it?
It's this Sunday.
This Sunday.
At the University of Ghana Stadium.
What time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yes, please.
So 2 p.m. people should be there, sit and enjoy some great rugby league. Yeah. What will you tell, for example, if there's a parent who's listening and they are wondering whether rugby league is for their child. Maybe they've watched a bit of it on telly and they see all these bodies clashing and they are wondering, hey, this is dangerous for my child. What will you tell them? What encouragement will you give a parent, to tell them that, look, this is a good sport for your child?
Okay. You see, rugby is for every single person. Big, small, tall, fast. Rugby is for every single person. So if you watch some games, you see someone who tells you he plays rugby, you'll be amazed. Depending on, let's say, you be like, this is what the sport entails. So mostly, I'll just tell them, even though there's some violence in it, and that's what people call it.
It's a contact sport.
A contact sport. I don't think mostly like things will happen that will urge them to bring their child. Because if we have, and also we have medical support and all that. So if anything happens, that's if anything happens, there's a quick recovery and all that happens. But yeah, we also teach how to protect yourself. So rugby is not like, oh, let me hit my person, let me do it. We actually care about ourselves. Let's say I'm going to contact this person. I know, let's say if I'm tackling him the wrong way, actually help him and, try to prevent some things. So rugby is not all about, let's win the game. It's about the family inside.
Wonderful. Leslie, thank you so much. And all the best ahead of Sunday. Leslie Wedu plays for the Bulls. They and the Scholars are contesting the 2025 Rugby League final at the University of Ghana Stadium. As he said, 2 p.m. Sunday, go out there, take your kids along. Let them go and watch Rugby League. For all you know, there's a Rugby League player inside your child you never knew. And this could be the opportunity for them to do some great sport. Leslie, thank you so much and all the best ahead of Sunday.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right, 9:53. We are hopping on the jet. We are going to Japan to get updates from the World Athletics Championship. Yesterday was day 6. Day 7 has already started, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff yesterday happening in the World Athletics Championship. So you had the women's triple jump final. I was watching that with the guys. Leanis Perez Hernandez of Cuba, or some people say Cuba, winning. Thea Lafon of Dominica winning silver, and Yulima Rojas of Venezuela winning the bronze medal. And then you had the men's 200-meter semi-final. That was really interesting. Then you had the men's 400-meter final, and then the women's 400-meter final. That was the talk of town. Let's get to the line. Yao Fosulabi is joining us. He is in Tokyo. It's almost 7 p.m. in Tokyo. Yao, good evening to you where you are. And how are you doing?
Good evening, Nathan. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Yes, we are fine. We are fine. Yesterday was an amazing day of athletics. We had so many people talking about it. The women's 400-meter final, I guess it's right if we start from there. Just tell us how it was like in the stadium, the fans watching on, as history was made. Sydney McLaughlin-Levron winning that race in a spectacular time, sub 48, the second fastest 400-meter time run in terms of the women's event. How was it like in the stadium? And just take us through the significance of that win and why it is special, or why it was special.
Well, I think that this was so special because, not just about Sydney winning the fat time, but also Paulinho also ran a sub 48, but could not win a gold medal. And that's incredible in every right. Not too many women have done a sub 48, but to do it and not get a gold medal should be painful. And my lady Paulinho yesterday, in the mix zone, he was okay with the silver, But from some of the interviews, you could just tell that, I mean, she really, really wanted a gold medal. But Sydney McLaughlin, incredible athletes. Yesterday, the stadium was electric. It was one of the races that everybody wanted to watch. And I think it delivered, really. It delivered a really, really spectacular race. And kudos to Sydney and also to Sawa Idnasser, who won the bronze. And she said that she's going to have a holiday in Nigeria. I mean, originally she's Nigerian, but she chose to run for Bahrain. And she says that she's going to have a holiday in Nigeria. So I think that all in all has been a really good time, especially in the 400-meter women. And Sydney McLaughlin, incredible athletes, we should say.
You know, she used to be a hurdler, and she's now running flat. Just interesting dynamic to switch from hurdles and now running flat. I mean, I don't know if you know, but what may have prompted the change? And in doing so, did she come in with an advantage that she exploited for her to record this amazing time, 47.78?
Nathan, the thing is that the reason is that she got bored with the 400 hurdles. So she really just wanted to do the 400. And I think that, look, I don't know if she had an advantage, you know, but if someone runs 400 meters all their lives and you have to do hurdles all your life and come into the 400 in itself, I think that, you know, usually the one who has done it all their lives would have an advantage over you. But this is just how good Sydney McLaughlin is and how much of an incredible athlete she can be on a really good day. And yesterday the stage was set perfectly for her, and she delivered, really. I mean, I don't think she had an added advantage over the other athletes. I mean, Sawa Idnasser has been running 400 all her life. I mean, all of them, really. So it's not an added advantage. It's just that conditions were perfect. Sydney is an incredible athlete, and she did it.
In the men's final, you had Bosan Kolen Kebinatsipi of Botswana winning. Just run us through that. An African getting onto. You had two of them from Botswana, first and third. Jeremy Richards of Trinidad and Tobago finishing second. Your thoughts on that? Two Africans getting to be on the podium in the men's 400-meter final.
Well, yeah, that also was another incredible one. But I think that the main focus, though, let's just talk a bit about Jeremy Richards and Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah,
I think that Trinidad and Tobago produced they brought in just 4 athletes from their country. They brought 4 athletes, and out of those 4 athletes, 1 has won gold and 2 have won silver. So that is how incredible they have been at the World Championships this year. But with the Africans as well, I think that Botswana are doing something really, really good. It's high time we give them their flowers, so to speak, for how good they've been. I mean, Colin Kebinatsipi was one of the athletes that legendary Botswana 400-meter runner Isaac Makwala had told people about 3 years ago. And for him to be able to come back now and win the gold medal is incredible. And when you look at the times that Kebinatsipi has run, look, he started running professionally in 2021. He did a sub 46 at the time. No, he did a 47 at the time. And out of the 47, he just did a 47 and then kept dropping his time all the way up until now that he has gotten to a 43. And it's incredible to see that he's been able to do that as well. And he wasn't the only one. I mean, the other man for Botswana, Bayapo Ndori, he said that when the race was going to end, he had just seen that Kebinatsipi was leading, and he just drew inspiration from how good his countryman was running and made sure that he had to also pick something up. And that was how come he got the bronze medal. So, I mean, it's just an issue of seeing your countryman do something extraordinary, so you try to emulate, and he doesn't know where he got the powers from. But in the final 20 meters of the race, he did all he could to get past the line and get that bronze medal.
Great stuff from Botswana. 2 of the athletes getting onto the podium. Tim, you had
and it will be interesting to see the 4x400 relay. and how it goes. Because look, yesterday in the big zone, we asked Kevin Achipi what he thought about the 4x400 relay, and he says we should expect a really good team for the 4x400. So look, it's going to be crazy. The Botswana athletes were 3 in the final of the 400 meters.
Yeah,
it was Epi, Indori, and Kevin Achipi. Now Epi could not get a medal, and Kevin Achipi said in the mixed zone that they were going to do all they can to make sure they get Epi a medal in the 4x400 relay. So we should wait for what team they are going to present, and maybe, just maybe, Tobago is going to run in that 4x400 relay as well. So fingers crossed. Let's see how things pan out from tomorrow.
Let's talk about Rosie Eboa. She was on the field representing Team Ghana. 1.92. That was the height she cleared in the women's high jump to make the final. Your impressions of the performance? I remember during the African Games she did 1.97. That's I mean, that's the standard. That's the minimum she has to clear because that final will be competitive. What did you make of her performance? How did she fare, in your opinion, and how do you think she will fare in the final?
I think that in the final should have it all to do. The main thing though is that this time around she has her coach by her side. The last time she won the gold medal at the African Games, her coach was there. At the Olympic Games, her coach wasn't there. She couldn't make it past the first round. Now her coach is here, so fingers crossed for what she's going to do. But I think that at the stadium, what we saw from where we were sitting was that she missed the first clearance at 183. The second time she did it. She missed the first clearance at 188. The second time she did it. And so, you could tell that every time she missed it, she went back to her coach. Her coach had to tell her to do this, do that, do that. And when she went back, she was able to clear. And every time she kept going back to the coach, and the coach was telling her what to do and how to do it and all of that. And she kept, going back and clearing. At 192, she cleared it at the first attempt.
Okay.
So I think that, she has a lot of confidence now. She's doing really, really well. But look, fingers crossed for what's going to happen in the final. Because, it'll be really hard to predict. These are the top 12 best high jumpers in the world. And to have Rose in there is huge, especially for her. So hopefully she doesn't get drowned of how big the occasion is. And she's able to I want to say run her own race, but that's not a race, it's a jump. So, so hopefully she's able to do her own thing and give herself some glory. Because look, Ghana desperately needs this. Ghana desperately needs an athlete like Rosie Eboa to do well. But also, look, Nathan, yesterday, I don't know if our listeners have been listening to our podcast series of the ones that we are recording from here. But yesterday there was an extensive explainer on Rosie Eboa and some of the problems she's facing here. And I think that it is something that we all need to address. Because look, Rose is the country's most important athlete at this point.
Okay.
It is not Saminu, it is not Azamati, it is not Joe Paul, it is Rosie Eboa. And I think that she is the one that we need to invest a lot more in if we want to see a medal of some notes or a level of performance that beats what we've seen ever. I mean, she's back-to-back African champion. She's back-to-back. She's African university champion. She's world university champion. What again does she need to do to make sure that we believe in her and we are supporting her as massively as we need to? So I think that maybe after the show, we can play the podcast and have people listen to some of the issues of Rosie Eboa. And let's just put a bit of pressure on the GA and the government to try to help her to achieve her dreams and realize her potential, because she has so many bags of potential that she can give to Ghana.
Well, we'll see how it goes. She's in the final. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm sure you're on your way to the stadium. There are 2 big finals for you to look at: men's 200 meter final, women's 200 meter final.
I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, it's here. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is the really. It's like a pathway to the stadium.
Yes,
everybody is like making their everybody's like making their way to the stadium. And look, tonight is going to be fireworks because the men's 200 meters, the women's 200 meter final is going to be exciting.
Well, we'll see. Enjoy the evening, enjoy the race, and of course we'll be on the lookout for the next podcast that comes from you from Japan.
Most definitely, I'll let our listeners have it, just as always as we do it. But tonight, I mean, after the 200 meter races, we'll see how good the races are, the level of enthusiasm from the fans, and then we'll see what we can give our listeners as well.
All right, yeah. Thank you so much. Enjoy the evening, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right, that was Yao Fusulabi joining us from Japan. His being there is proudly sponsored by Stanbic Bank Ghana. They have made all of it possible. We are wrapping it up. Ray, the men's 200 final is happening today at 1 p.m. Ghana time.
No allows takes it from me.
Dambile, Makarawu, Odango, Tebogo, Lyles, Lavelle, Bednarek, and Zanel Hughes.
So we are looking at Tebogo possibly coming in second.
So you say Lyles, Tebogo, Bednarek.
Yeah.
Quay. Hey.
Hughes, outside chance.
Zanel Hughes, outside chance.
Yeah.
No problem. Women's 200 meter final is also happening. Strachan, Long, Brown, Talu Smith, Jefferson Wooden, Sherika Jackson, Battle, and Dina Asha Smith.
Jefferson Wooden. Any day. And I have a feeling should do something close to the championship record.
I need to check what that championship record is.
Yeah, she could shatter it. Possibly.
Hey! Every prediction.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that race.
We'll see.
Should be
We'll
good.
see.
But Sherika Jackson is not finished yet, though. But I think Melissa is the woman of the moment.
Melissa Jefferson Wooding.
Yeah.
We'll see. Monday, by Monday, the championships would have ended. We'll talk about the big lessons, right? I've been digging into Botswana. Monday, I'll share some very interesting insights into what Botswana has been doing.
Do they take the athletes to America?
From what I've discovered, no. A lot of the things they do inside Botswana. Monday.
Do they take the athletes to America?
No, I haven't seen that.
Thank you very
Monday,
much.
we'll talk about that, what they are doing and what we can also do. But listeners, that's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty
question.
Breakfast.
The Jamaicans, do they take the athletes to America?
Not that I know of. They don't do it. They are all in Jamaica.
So Nathan, it is possible. Oh.
Monday, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But that's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast. Many thanks for listening. Raymond Yamado did this with me. You heard Kelvin Owusu and Samai Class Ibedu Yao Fusulabi.